Hello, I'm Solo from the Man United Agenda, and this is my score prediction for Aston Villa versus Manchester United. I'll be going for a very narrow 2-1 victory to Manchester United. Man United just to come out on top. Villa have performed very well against us at Old Trafford. Also, we've got to remember they beat us in the first game as well, 1-0 under Dean Smith. Steven Gerrard has come in now as a manager, and it seems like he has got them playing. They have got Philippe Coutinho today, who will be making his debut. It will be a very hard, very difficult game. Harry Maguire should be back in our defence as well. Cristiano Ronaldo trained very well and yesterday. So for me, it's going to be a 2-1 narrow Manchester United win.
Luke here for Stretford Paddock, and this is the preview for Aston Villa away in the Premier League. Now, with us having played so recently in the FA Cup, these second games do tend to devolve into a little bit of a chess match, which I am expecting to see today. I think we will put in an improved performance with a few sort of rotational changes, although I think at full time we're still going to be saying we've lost the midfield battle today. As for a prediction, I would say 1-0 United, Ronaldo to roll back the ears, score an absolute screamer late on, and some wild celebrations in front of the Villa bench. That'd be good.
Narling here to give a prediction as United take on Aston Villa once again, and I think Villa will feel like they've been hard done by and will expect nothing less than a win, especially with new players they've brought in. But as for United, it was another painful performance to watch, and I think whatever formation Rangnick decides to go for in this one, we have to do the basics right, like close down the opposition, have some form of control on the ball, complete simple 5-yard passes, and I feel like all the players are overthinking everything, so if we just nail down the fundamentals, we'll see immediate improvements. As for the lineup, I really hope Sancho and Ronnie are fit, but particularly Jadon, because we're missing his creativity out wide, and I would love to see Anthony Elanga get a go because he had a very lively 5 minutes. As for the prediction, I can see this ending in a draw, but I really want to see Gerrard's disappointed face at the end, so I have to go with a 2-1 win.
Yes, Paddock Ultras, Sam Spanner here from the United Forever podcast, and this is my score prediction versus Slippery Steve's Aston V's. I reckon it's going to be a 2-0 win to United. I know they're out to get revenge against us, but sod it, he's a bin dipper, and we're going to treat him like... So I reckon that even though we're missing Scott McTominay, we should do alright. I mean, he has got some praise as of late from the Paddock, which is lovely. A few weeks back, Macca wanted him out, and yesterday it was only when Joe Smith was giving him songs and praise, so nice one. Anyway, cut long story short, let's have it, boys. Viva El Paddock!
So the Reds are off to play Stevie G's Villa for the second time this week, and after Monday night's events, I think the crowd's going to be rocking today. All the players are going to be up for it, especially with the signing of Coutinho and Digne, who I think Coutinho will definitely have an impact in this game and will be up for it. They're also looking to do the domestic double over us for the first time since '55, but I'm going to stay confident, as I always try and be. I'd like to see Anthony Elanga play today. I think Rashford needs a break. He's looking tired, and attitude-wise, I think best to put him on the bench. I'd also like to see Lindelof and Varane start centre-half, keep Maguire on the bench because I just don't think he's played well enough recently. And Sancho, would be good to see him play on the right. So I'm going to go 2-1 United, Ronaldo and Sancho with the winner.
Paddock match day, Notch here. So having brought Stevie G to his knees in the FA Cup third round by playing badly, in what will forever be ensconced in history as the Mike Phelan laugh game, now we have to head to our villa for a brief vacation. Obviously, Monday's performance was worrying, and I do personally think we need to start putting numbers in that midfield, but I do trust our coaching staff of Ralph Rangnick and Darren Fletcher. The players will get that belief back, and it's not necessarily going to be in the far future. Communicate, focus, organise. My prediction is going to be a 2-0. We got one victory over Gerrard already, so let's get another. Trust and not... Don't slip. Trust the Notchster.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong. My name is Joe. That is Jay. That is James. How are you doing, guys? Good. Speak at the same time. I got the headphones.
I'm very good. thank you for my belated birthday gift of 10 Pepsi Max cherries. You're a superstar.
I know obviously it isn't your birthday, but I feel like the word belated is slightly insulting.
Why?
It's only yesterday.
I know, but I didn't want to say birthday. Then people say, happy birthday, and I feel like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
You're
anymore.
lying to everyone.
So we need to move on. Yeah, but thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for my birthday gift.
You're welcome.
That's better.
Belated, because it was your birthday yesterday. How are you doing, James?
Good, it's good to be back on the channel. It's been a while.
It has been a while, hasn't it? I feel like me and you haven't done a video for ages. When was the last one we did? Was it Wolves?
Wolves. When would that
Was
have
it
been?
Wolves?
No, it was... No, the Wolves game, you mentioned me in the video with Adam, but I wasn't here.
Because you always remind me of the Wolves because
Yeah.
didn't you get grief
remind
for
me
not
of
being
Wolves.
That's nice.
at Molineux in 2005
Yeah.
because you were 8 or something like that?
Yeah, someone said that, like, where were you last time United played Wolves? You've just shown up in the last few years.
Yeah, and last time United played Wolves
Yeah.
at the time was like back in the mid-noughties when you were literally a child.
When you've just been born, just been earthed.
Not being funny though, James, no excuse.
I know.
It isn't
You know
an
what I mean?
excuse.
Like, oh, I can't go to Molineux because I'm 4. Pathetic.
Yeah. There's a couple of team news about in about 4 minutes. There's a couple of leaks going about. A couple of suggestions.
What do you make of people leaking the team? Because I don't understand it personally.
Of the person in the club leaking it, or people on Twitter leaking it?
Both, because I don't know who benefits from it.
I don't understand how the person in the club benefits from it, unless they're being paid for that information. Like, if let's say it's a player, how much is a journalist giving them for
I think
that?
it puts
20 quid.
everyone at a disadvantage at the club, because if the team's leaked before it's released, then that gives managers more time to see that, and then
Does it though?
that's
That's the other point is I don't think it makes any difference.
I think it does.
You think Gerard's
I-
going?
no,
Fuck! The team that I found out about an hour, what would be an hour in advance,
I don't
is
think
now an hour and 15 in
I
advance.
don't think it helps. That's all.
I'm not saying it helps.
Yeah.
I don't. Think
I know
it
we had
makes- I don't
Jonathan
think it
Schrager on the
hurts.
channel, and he used to post the team like an hour before it was announced, and he was very reliable. And we spoke to him about it, and he just said he stopped doing it because people were giving him grief, and he felt like he was hindering the team in some way, and he didn't want to do that. He was just sort of, he had info, so he was sharing it. But what he sometimes do, he'll say things like, I've heard Ronnie's going to be captain or whatever. So it's not like giving much away, but like, or I've heard Delo starts. So it's not like it's giving a massive amount away. He'll just do little things like that.
Obviously, I can see how it would be. I understand that it couldn't be beneficial to United, so I wouldn't post it. Like if I got the news or whatever, I wouldn't post it. But I don't see how it really hurts.
No, but
it can
I
make
think
a slight difference. But
I think as a
really?
journalist, you've got morals and sort of principles that you need to sort of do as well. Because even if you get that information, there's other things as well that you might know or be told about, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should tell people about it. Do you know what I mean?
I think the
It's
thing as
like-
well is it's not. Sometimes it isn't journalists as such who are
Yeah.
leaking it. It's people that maybe aspire to be journalists or just have a contact and
The
want to get a
irony
bit
is
of
you've
get a
got
bit
a
of
lot
clout.
of people on Twitter that want to become journalists, but are going about it in the total wrong way.
Yeah.
They're sort of doing the opposite of what they should be by just copying other people's work and that sort of thing, and running these massive aggregator accounts. And it's sort of
That's not the same. I'll give Jonathan Schrager. I don't keep going about. He's a good example because we had him on the channel as well. He's someone who has built up a network of contact, does do his own work, does he contacts like clubs. He speaks Spanish, contacts clubs in Spain, tries to do. So when he does say something on Twitter, he's beginning to get respected because he's built it up over years, like last 4 or 5 years. He's worked really hard on it. But I get what you mean. Like some people just
these big
nicking
accounts,
tweets off others.
They
and
want
going,
they want to skip the hard work out.
Yeah.
They just they'll get the followers, and then they'll just tweet their opinions, and then they'll expect an opinion piece in the Independent.
is that what you're trying to do?
No, I'm doing it the proper way.
proper way, the
By
way God intended.
Appearing on a fan channel.
Good lad, good
There you
lad.
go.
See,
See, that'll get you
Not
where
his
you want
first
to go.
rodeo.
I mean, the team news is going about in a minute, so we'll save.
Can't
talking
wait a
points
minute,
until
Joe. Give
after
me
that.
now. Find a leak, quick.
Well, there are some rumours that Ronaldo might not be in the squad and that Dallo may well be starting. But again, it's rumours at this stage. Thoughts? You've got 40 seconds.
There were rumours anyway that I think there was a bit of ambiguity as to how serious the injury that Ronnie had, the thigh injury he had. So I guess if he's not in the squad, it's just that isn't, that's
That hasn't
still
healed yet.
hindering him. Delo, I think it's paper thin margins now anyway between him and Wan-Bissaka when they're both fit as to who Ralph prefers. I don't think this is like Ollie, where Ollie definitely wanted Wan-Bissaka. I think there's a case to be made that Ralph is either undecided or he's actually favouring Delo a little bit.
Who do you favour?
It's a difficult one because obviously defensively Wan-Bissaka's better, I think, but going forward, I don't buy this idea that he's terrible going forward because he can cross the ball occasionally, but compared to Delo, he's not in the same league. They're different players, and I think the system that Rangnick plays under probably, Delo probably benefits a bit more from that because we saw in was it the Newcastle game that Wan-Bissaka was playing in, where he was getting forward and he was trying to put crosses in, but because of how the system was set up, he was almost being asked to do too much. He was playing out of his comfort zone almost. Whereas with Delo, when he gets the ball in those positions, it seems like he's more capable of being able to put crosses in.
It's like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just more comfortable with it.
Hey up.
The team news is out. Manchester United's team to face Aston Villa, if we could change the camera, is David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, Lindelof, Telles, Fred, in a strange order this, Dalot, Lindelof, Telles, Fred, Matic, Bruno, Greenwood, Elanga, Cavani. Hang on a sec. How is that possible? One centre-back playing? Is that a full team? What's going on there? Is that even 11 players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not even 11 players. I don't know what the fuck that is that I've just read. I think there was 10 players on there. There's only one.
Oh, here we go. There it is.
I've got it on my laptop here. Here's Manchester United's actual team with all the players.
That didn't have Varane on it, the last one we saw.
So we've got De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Varane, crucially, and Telles. Then we've got Matic, Fred, Bruno, Fernandes, Greenwood, Cavani, and Elanga. There is Manchester United's team.
Can you? I know you're working on it. Can you just while me and Jay sub out? Can you get the subs up as well?
Yeah, we'll.
So I'm interested to see who's available and who's not. No, Marcus Rashford in the 11.
Not even in the squad.
Not even in the squad. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. Obviously, he's not physically unable to start or play, so that looks like he's taking him off the squad to give him a breather. What do you make of that?
I think it's a good thing overall, because he's obviously not been himself. The last couple of games where he's been playing, there's been chances where the ball before would fall to him and he'd run into it and try and score basically, but he just doesn't seem like the same player he was 2 seasons ago, and it doesn't seem like to continue playing him, it's not benefiting him. It just feels like his confidence is getting worse. So I think he could do with a spell out the team, refresh. I'm not sure that injury he had actually against Wolves a couple of seasons ago is still impacting.
Back injury, a serious one as well, wasn't
it? Yeah. Here's the full team then. So it's De Gea, Lindelof, Greenwood, Fred, Fernandes, Varane, Dalot, Cavani, Telles, Matic, Elanga starting. We'll get to that in a minute. And here's the bench. We've got Heaton, Henderson, 2 goalers just in case. Jones, Maguire back on the bench. Lingard, Mata, Van der Beek and Sancho back on the bench as well. So no Ronaldo in the squad, no Rashford in the squad, and Elanga starting.
Also as well, it's worth remembering, we've got like 3 games in 8 days. So at some point, Ronnie's going to have to miss a game.
Yeah.
At some point, Rashford, even if, putting aside everything you've just said, he'd have to miss a game anyway.
Yeah.
Bruno's going to have to miss a game.
But even if there wasn't this ban in 3 games, I still think he would have dropped Rashford.
Yeah, no, the Rashford one
isn't good enough.
Fair enough, but it's not like the most amazing thing that he's not willing to risk running.
Worth mentioning as well, no Luke Shaw in the squad. Do you think he's been dropped?
He's suspended.
He's suspended.
Yeah, him and McTominay. Is it the amount of yellows they've accrued?
Yeah.
Which
that makes sense.
But again, it's not. We're at a stage now where, especially with the amount of games Tellers has been getting, if this was under Ollie, you'd be going crikey. But I think again, I do think Shaw starts if he's fit. Well, he's available, I should say. But I do think Ralph Rangnick likes Alex Tellers because he's great getting forward. I like Tellers as well. I think he's from set pieces. I know we've not scored from set pieces. It sounds like a bit what you're on about, but he's very good on dead ball. I mean,
we did technically score from a corner, didn't we? With that volley he scored.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Or was it a free kick? Whatever it was.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, in the Champions League. Yeah, but I think with him on a dead ball, we've got a better chance.
But even in that game, was it Villarreal? Defensively, he looked poor.
Oh, he was awful.
He was all over the
shop.
Him
and Dalot
and that's if he continues to play, he's got to get better. It sounds mad at actually defending because he's just.
To be fair, he wasn't. You're right, but him and Dalot have massively stepped up since then. Because that game, they were terrible defensively, and I remember saying, I don't think we'll see Dalot in a United shirt again. Yeah. He was that bad. But I think there was obviously the intensity, getting the match fitness, getting used to it.
It's the same with a lot of players. I mean, at United, because of the players in United's team at the minute, I mean, there's so many more chances being given to players now than there were under Ferguson because the players just aren't of the same calibre. No. So someone like McTominay wouldn't have broken into the team, but because of what's happened with under Mourinho and under Solskjaer especially, he's now United's first choice midfielder, which just wouldn't have happened under Ferguson, I don't think.
Speaking of first choice. Is Wan-Bissaka's absence understood, or because he's not in the squad either? Is there a reason for that we're aware of?
I wasn't aware of it. I think I might be wrong, but when I went on who scored, I think there was a doubt. I think he was in the doubt column, so I presume I'm not 100% though. So anyone who knows, get involved in the comments in the chat if you can clarify what is going on with Wan-Bissaka.
Bruno Fernandes captain, which Fair enough. Maguire's not the bench, but Rangnick spoke about the whole Maguire captaincy scenario, and I'll read a few quotes and then we'll get into that a little bit. He said, when asked whether he'll strip him as captain or get a new captain in, he said, right now I don't see a reason to do that because Harry has been the captain so far, and as long as Harry's playing, he will be the captain. If he's not playing, then someone else will have to be the captain. It's classic stuff. You can't be the captain on the bench. We all know that. This can change from game to game depending on who's playing. It's not only Cristiano Ronaldo. We have Edison, we have Harry, we have quite a few other players, David De Gea in goal, Victor Lindelof, Bruno. We have enough experienced older players who can not only be role models themselves in training, but on the pitch and in games, but also in those conversations that happen in the locker room or when they are together in the hotel or away for games or home games. This has to happen. So Maguire, not, you know, the talk of Maguire being stripped of is the captaincy isn't happening at the minute. Do you think it should? Do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
And give it who?
I think my mind. Actually, to be fair, the way that McTominay's been speaking in recent sort of interviews and press conferences and stuff.
Come on.
No, honestly,
you can't take it off Maguire and give it McTominay.
No, that's a big ask that for me. McTominay is the captain. I'm not sure about that one. I'll be honest.
I think honestly though, what I'm thinking is
because he looks a bit like it.
No. It's definitely nothing to do with the fact that he's from the same village as my grandparents. But he's
is it Lancaster way? Is it?
Holton,
sorry.
I don't know. It just seemed like when he speaks after matches and stuff, he seems like a leader, and he seems like he's dying for the shirt. Do you know what I mean? He's got that.
I'm going to be honest with you, James. I respect you a lot, and a lot of what you say I agree with, but I completely disagree with that. I'm not trying to think about it.
Pal.
No, like I think there's times this season especially, and I like McTominay. Over the last 4 or 5 years, you go on the videos, I have defended and stuck up for him and whatever, or 3 or 4 years. This season, for the first chunk of it especially, he was going missing in games.
Yeah,
he wasn't, and like when you're looking at someone as a leader, Bruno, no matter what you say about him, wants the ball constantly, tries to get the ball, argues with his opponents, gets in the ref's face. Sometimes he might do it over the top, like when it's an innocuous challenge and he's berating the referee for 10 minutes. But he shows a little bit of leadership skills. But so many at times, I think he's disappeared. I do this season.
Speaking of him,
I don't think he's a captain. And in terms of, I mean,
all right. There's an argument there, but I still think that if you are going to take off Maguire, for me, I would either give it ahead of McTominay.
Do you not think he'd rise to it?
I mean,
I don't like that as a
like
thing.
You know, we're going to give you the captaincy and see how you get on.
Yeah,
I mean,
there was a talk around Pogba for a while, wasn't it? Maybe he'll care more if we give him more responsibility.
He was deputy captain or vice captain, wasn't he, for a little while. I mean, for me, no, I think if you're going to take it off Maguire, you give it Ronaldo, Bruno, or De Gea.
I think Ronaldo's the only option
for me.
But then even Ronaldo, there's doubts around as to whether he's the right person, because the interview that he gave was good, but in matches as well, he can go missing sometimes too.
Yeah, he can, but that's why I wouldn't take it off Maguire, because I don't think there is an obvious option. You either give it to Gea, who has been poor for 3 of the last 4 years. You give it to McTominay or someone who has been inconsistent whenever he's played.
But you don't have to be the best player on the pitch to be captain.
No, you don't. But you have to at least be guaranteed to play when you're fit. And De Gea wasn't up until this season. Last season it was slowly being sort of weaned onto Dean Henderson, which didn't work out in the end. But it would have been hard to take it off him and give it to De Gea. McTominay doesn't always, he plays mostly when he's fit, but he can have an absolute stinker like he did against Wolves. I thought it was awful against Wolves. And at least Ronaldo, when he's fit, he plays. And he is obviously a role model on and off the pitch. He is obviously, he's done it all. I think he's the only option. But do you want to give it to someone who's leaving at the end of next season? There's not really a standout, obvious option who's young enough and sort of bold enough to give
one
it to
thing
him,
I think we can all agree on. I don't think there is a standout option.
No.
I think there's a flaw in every argument we've made. There's a flaw in McTominay. I've given you 3, and I think you could pick holes in all of them, which you've just done. I don't think you can go like you can in United's heyday.
I'm not saying McTominay's perfect, but
I know you're not.
I just think out of the options United have at the minute, I think he's more of a, I don't know, in that midfield role especially. I just see him after matches and stuff. He seems, I know everyone cares about United, but he seems like he wants it more than other players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's it. His persona and sort of his style is very sort of passionate.
Listen, let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
Rangnick said he could be a future captain, so it's not the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
No.
And if Scott McTominay, the performance he put in against Burnley, I know it's a massive if he does that more often, then we can be having this conversation seriously coming end of the season. But I think we're far away. I think we're miles away from that in a minute.
We've got a few super chats. Oliver Neal, what's with pot noodles not in pots anymore? I don't know what that means. Anyone have an idea what that means?
I've not had a pot noodle since
I'm
still cooking pot.
1987.
Respect from a Nissin Noodles fan. That's more of what I am a fan of. Because the interesting thing is with the Nissin ones is you pour the...
I'll be the judge of whether this is interesting.
Yeah,
or not.
interesting's doing a lot of...
You pour the water
doing a lot of work
into
there.
the thing, and then you actually pour the water out, and then you put the sauce in.
Right.
You pour the water out,
You know
out
what?
of the thing.
That was interesting. Yeah. Like when I found out about black holes and, girls. Surish says, how is Donny and Sancho on the bench? Sancho just come back from injury, and Donny
I
has always
don't
been on the
want to
bench.
break this here, but Donny van der Beek.
Do you know when Donny leaves, they're going to put
quite a lot.
They're going to put a little gold plaque on that
Yeah.
chair that says Donny. Like when an old bloke
it's
dies
like-
who goes to a park every day.
That's
for 50
kind of
years.
where he is.
That's
most
his
games.
chair.
I'm not saying you might think it's the wrong thing, but that's where he is.
I think that's been possibly one of the most futile and boring arguments in the history of Manchester United Football Club around Van der Beek.
Which
It's
one?
he needs a run of games because then he needs to improve as a player, even though every time he's played for United, he's been bang average. But he needs a run of games, but every time he's played, he's been crap.
Yeah, interesting. I like that. Lawazi.
So boring.
I do agree with you.
I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you. I am bored of the argument. I am, because we spend so much energy as a fan base talking about Donny van der Beek, and it's become so polarising for a player who, even at best, he's looks okay at some games.
Brexit.
It's like, what is going on here? Why are we so I can understand it with Pogba because of how big he is and important.
And he's done great things for United.
Yeah, but like with Van der Beek, was some like people are losing their minds over him, and I'm like, I'm a little bit confused about it all. I'll be honest with you.
I didn't mention that comment was in all caps. Lawazi said, or we could buy 2 better midfielders and start controlling games. There's a better life out there for us if we let go. Nice. I like that. That started off being sort of like quite, nice and level-headed. Then it ended up being like some sort of like cult type. Like, let's just drink it and then
Drink
we
the
go to
Kool-Aid.
the better place. Jason said 2 keepers on the bench, yet no strikers or fullbacks. So either Hendo or Heaton getting a game as striker or fullback. Well, Shaw can't be on the bench. Wan-Bissaka's presumably injured. Ronaldo's injured. Cavani's playing. Greenwood's playing. So we don't have many other strikers in the club.
No.
No other fullbacks and no other strikers. So what are we going to do?
He actually looked. I don't think he looked that bad when Alanga came on. I thought actually he was pretty good.
There's ways of moving that around as well. Like if Lingard comes on, maybe Mason could go up front or whatever. Like he used to take someone else off. There's a way of juggling it around.
And I think Diallo's gone out on loan again. I think
Looks like it, but I don't think it's done yet.
And Shura as well. He's not really played that much, has he? He played a bit under Solskjaer. I don't think he's quite ready to come back in.
No, I don't think he's quite
I
ready.
still think it was just a madness what we did. That was summer transfer window. I think that cost Ollie's his job. Not his fault necessarily, but why we bought all these players seemingly for long term when we needed a midfielder that could come in and do a defensive midfield job. And now, you look at it, you go, okay, Palestri's a good player, Diallo's a good player, Van der Beek's a good player. None of them helped Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keep his job. If he'd have spent all that money on a DM who could have come in and played, and someone like that, or even Thomas Partey or someone who could have come in and played. I know he's not been amazing at Arsenal, but that type of player, that could have been the difference between Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeping or losing his job. And all he did was buy a load of players that might be good in a few years' time, which,
But we don't even know whether he bought Van der Beek or not.
That's the point, because it was like, it all came from so sort of under the radar and quickly. It had an air of...
So uncharacteristic,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
like Van der Sar sort of went, I've got a player here for you. He's going to go to Madrid unless you want him. 35 million quid. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it was a long-term target.
And Cavani was I don't want to say a panic buy, but it was.
No.
Well,
Feel
he
free.
wasn't even.
Of course it was a
he
panic
didn't
buy.
even qualify or wasn't even ready to play for the in the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
We left him that late.
He was a free transfer that we waited till the last week
Free
of the
agent.
transfer.
Yeah.
Free agent who waited till the last week of the transfer window to get. That is a panic,
Yeah.
not buy, but
Just-
panic signing.
I mean, ironically, it's probably the best signing of that window. But you're right, because it didn't
also
make any
got
sense.
Tellers.
We got Tellers. Yeah, he's done okay.
Rabadam says, tell James Acaster I love his stand-up. Sorry,
You always get
that's
that,
you.
don't you?
That's you.
Yeah, well, you can listen to the Off Menu podcast with myself and Ed Gamble
That's good.
on all streaming
Have you ever watched
platforms.
that? Have you listened to it?
The live one they did with Richard Herring, that was good.
Was it? Do you ever feel like you either should watch James Acaster stuff because you're compared to him, or do you have a sort of an aversion to it?
I can sort of take or leave it, to be honest with you. He's okay. He's not one of my favourite comedians, but he's not terrible.
Who's your favourite comedian?
Probably someone like Stuart Lee, someone
Sidney
like that.
Poitier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stuart Lee.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
What in? Not
That's not.
Yeah.
Lee's not
Lee's
dead.
very
large.
much alive and kicking.
Yeah. Nash with a super chat. If we don't buy midfielder in January, would you bring Garner back? Also, please don't say Garner could be a candidate for the next Van der Beek. As in the person who's not playing, but everyone says he should be.
As in the footballer at Forest, not the contrary. Yeah.
He did well against Arsenal, didn't he? He's been doing well since he went to Forest. That is his second time there. I mean, I don't know is the answer because...
Played well against Arsenal last week.
That's what I just said, yeah. Glad to see you listening. Go on, Joe, you say it as well.
I thought the other
just
played
clarifying
against in
what
the
you
cup. A top flight, London team. I thought they played well. Spurs. I thought they played well against Spurs in the cup.
Just
it was
on that
Arsenal.
quickly.
It was
just
Arsenal.
on that. What do you make of the fact the North London derby's been cancelled? Or not cancelled, sorry, postponed.
Funny, innit?
Yeah, like, I don't know. It seems a bit like... Because when they started listing the reasons, it was like, they've got COVID. Right, okay, COVID. Got some players at the AFCON. Right, okay, well, why is that a reason?
Maybe they just can't be asked.
The Premier League has accepted Arsenal's request to call off the match after the Gunners, that's Arsenal, claimed that they had... just people who are just getting into football. Claimed that they had many players currently unavailable across our squad as a result of COVID, injuries, and players away with their countries at AFCON.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? Is my response. If I was the Premier
That's
League.
not how it works.
We don't want to play.
You don't get to do that.
We're a bit tired.
Yeah,
We don't want to play. We're a bit tired.
They've just sent 2 players out on loan as well.
Get them back. Just don't play if you don't want to. Here's Aston Villa's team, if you're interested. It is Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Mings, Digne starting his first game. Good player. Wait, actually, we'll come back to him in a minute. Sanson, Douglas Luiz, Ramsey, Watkins, Ings, Buendia, Coutinho on the bench, as is Ashley Young, former Manchester United captain.
No. Sorry.
Obviously, my second uncle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Is that true?
No, of course it isn't.
Okay. Here's a question. Well, he could be. Of course he could.
I don't know who's taking the mick out of who.
We're so similar, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah,
you
because
went-
you can't be married
I'm
into
just
a family
saying.
and have an uncle. You could be the second nephew of Ashley Young.
Could I fuck?
Of course, what are you talking about?
Like,
of course he
technically,
could.
you could.
Of course he could.
Like, you
If
could.
your auntie,
Yeah.
or your auntie married Ashley Young's
Yeah.
brother,
I've got uncles the same colour as Ashley Young, and I've got uncles the same colour as you.
rest
It's
my
not
case.
beyond the realms of possibility.
Now get out of my court.
It was obviously a joke, though, so you're just as bad as him for
You're just
asking
as
the
bad for
question.
falling for it, to be honest.
Yeah, just as bad though, not any worse. So you're down there with me.
Oh, we are. We're getting an update on the Ronaldo injury.
I think
Ronaldo out with hip flexor, possibly back on Wednesday.
hip flexor sounds like something you get on like QVC.
Try the new hip flexor from JML. Only $14.99.
And also a Rashford update. Rashford suffered a dead leg in training on Thursday.
Dead leg's something that sounds so much worse than it is. Imagine you look at it, it's just covered in like gangrene and frostbite, just completely like black and like hollow. You flick it.
I always think like the other way. I always think dead leg's like it's something mad.
No, it is. But the actual ailment itself sounds so
Yeah.
much worse than it is. He's got a dead leg, like it's just a stump.
We're gonna have to
with nothing on it.
amputate.
Yeah, it's
What?
gonna
What
have
do you
to
mean?
go.
I'll be all right in a minute.
Yeah, like Ronald Fines or whatever it
Have
is.
you got a favourite shopping channel?
Have I got a favourite shopping channel? No. Have you?
I used to like Bid TV.
Bid TV.
Because there was that guy on there called Peter Simon, and there was that time he accidentally had a cold and loads of snot came out of his nose on the shopping channel.
Had a cold.
Yeah, opposed to
Excuse me,
deliberately
I
having
accidentally
one.
have a cold. Ahmed with a super chat says, why do we have 2 goalies on the bench? Because we don't have anyone else, and let's say 2 goalies get injured, then you need that third one. I think it's as simple as that. Samuel says,
Very logical argument there, Joe.
Samuel says, Joe/J, have you received the Christmas gift yet? No, we haven't. I don't know what's going on with it.
What's this?
I think it's Samuel who's said he's sent us a Christmas gift,
Oh,
and
what?
he's resent it.
Really?
But nothing's arrived, has it? I mean, to be fair, there's stuff from like Amazon that hasn't even turned up, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that, but we haven't received it.
Thank you, though,
Yeah,
Samuel.
thank you.
The thought that counts.
Where have you gone, mate?
Well, you all right?
Just showing you that this is.
Well, this is no good for people at home, James. Put your phone away. Jay, don't you... Right, put the camera on me. These 2 can look at videos in their own time. Let's go through the team again.
Send it to Cam and Callum if you want.
We can't... We'll get taken down. It's
All
obviously
right.
copyright.
Yeah, don't actually. That's a
Someone
good point.
does a snot.
Yeah, he does a massive
Jesus,
snot.
how long have we been doing this?
Sorry.
De Gea,
Sorry.
Dallo, Varane, Lindelof, Tellez, then it's McTominay. No, it's not. It's Matic. It's Matt, Tominay, Matic and Fred. Sorry, not McTominay. Then it's Greenwood, Bruno and Elanga behind Cavani. Thoughts on the team, Jay? Because we haven't actually been over it properly, have we? What do you think of that team?
Good to see Elanga in.
Is it?
I thought he did very well when he came on against Aston Villa in the FA Cup the other day. Didn't really do himself justice, I didn't feel, was it, the game against Young Boys? But he's played a few games now in the first team, not many. I thought his debut against Leicester, he played within himself, didn't really get involved a lot, just kept it simple. Then it was at Wolves where he got his goal.
Young Boys was one of those games where, despite being there, I can't actually remember any of what happened.
Get involved in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm sure he had a couple of chances.
But it didn't. It was like United had already qualified.
I know. I'm just saying,
the sort of magic.
He obviously wanted to do well.
The magic of the European nights at Old Trafford isn't quite the same when it's Cluj or someone like that. When you're already
Cluj was one of the deadest games I've been at Old Trafford. It was freezing. It was freezing, right? It was half empty because we'd already qualified, and it was one of those where most of the people that went. Well, like myself, got a season ticket. You're in the cup scheme. You've got a ticket. You're gonna go. And like, I've never seen as many empty seats near me. It's like there's probably about 35, 40,000 there. It was awful.
And they won.
Did they?
I think they won 1-0.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Or was it like Otiel Galati?
My mate, who I brought with me, went at home at half time.
Did it?
Yeah.
I just don't like saying the word.
What?
It feels
Cluj.
sexist. Yeah, don't know. It feels like a slang word. Right, like the video. Let's see if we get to 1,000 likes, please.
Trabzonspor.
There's only 200 likes at the minute. Let's get to 1,000.
What? That's pathetic.
Okay, don't.
And I hold you personally responsible for it.
Like, if you're enjoying yourself, like the video.
Do you remember when Steve used to say things like, if you're unhappy with United's performance, dislike the video?
Yeah.
When it was like, we'd be awful. Like, why are you telling people to do that?
He used to like to do that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hip flex, have you ever had one of them?
An hip flexor? Do you have it? Or is it
I think it's
an injury
a
to
muscle.
it? It's a muscle?
Yeah.
Right.
Have you had one of them injuries, I meant?
No, not that I know of, no. And I think you know about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Hip flexor. It sounds like something that...
I had a hip flexor injury.
Really?
It's one of the few injuries I've ever had.
Yeah. How did you get it?
Very painful. Ball coming down, just volleyed it as hard as I could. Really, just absolutely proper.
About you, James? If you
No,
had
I
hip flexor?
retired from football at the age of
What?
12.
At the age of 12. I still haven't retired from international football, you know. Have you, Jay?
I'm getting towards... I had a better game last week. The week before was awful, and I thought that might be my Gary Neville moment because my muscles were going. But last week, this week, I enjoyed myself. McCarthy got the end, but I'm all right.
How old are you?
I'm 42. And this was 8 aside,
And
so
you know
it's a bit
Stanley
more running than
Matthews?
5 aside. He did it till 50.
He did. As a pro?
Yeah. So if he can do it till 50, I can probably do it till 48.
Yeah, you're not him, are you? You're not Stanley
I'm
Matthews.
not trying to play professional level. I'm not trying to win the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, he's not professional. said no professionals. Said I'm not a professional.
There's a thing there for you.
Go on then.
No, we don't need to do that.
Right, okay, he doesn't want to do
What's
that.
If people are that interested in my university foot career, they can just watch the other watch-along that I was on.
Sorry.
Let me just read what it says, and so people at
It
least
says,
know what
James,
he's not
tell
reading.
them the story of your university football career again to refresh their memory in impact fonts on a notepad file over the screen opposite us.
Go on then, tell us the story.
No, people can already find it.
If you don't want to, don't make it. Don't make
What
it.
watch long was it on?
Spurs, I think, under Solskjaer.
If you want to find out what happened at James at University, go and watch that.
I'm giving you more views here.
Somewhere
Thank
in that 3-hour video, there's a story about...
I think it's about halfway through.
Perfect.
I think it's right at the end, actually. If you watch the whole thing,
joking.
then it increased the watch time. So then,
Okay, right then, go on then.
Matic and Fred, does that worry you? The whole team, there
on
are question
paper,
marks, aren't
that
there?
should work, Matic and Fred.
Yeah.
Because Matic is probably the best we've got at actually being a DM and reading the game. And Fred, he just gets about a lot, doesn't he? So you think that combination, he's got loads of energy as well, Fred, where Matic's legs going. It should work. I don't know if it will. Because neither of them at the very top of the game as in that role. I think Fred's been okay these last few weeks. Matic, you just see it with Matic. I think you can see a player that at times knows what he wants to do, he just hasn't got it in him anymore.
Do you think we'll miss McTominay?
To a point, I think so. I mean, again, he's quite an inconsistent player. If it's the McTominay that played against Burnley, then yeah. But if it's the McTominay that sort of goes missing, then I don't know. I think it's when him and Fred are together, they're almost too similar in a lot of ways. But then at the same time, it's one of the most reliable partnerships United can play in midfield. So it's a bit of a tricky one.
I don't think we've seen them start together since the Newcastle game. When Fred got taken off at half time. So it's almost as though Rennick isn't hugely keen on it.
Burnley performance by McTominay was weird because he was so good. And I was just thinking, right, finally he's going to kick in now. His season's going to kick in. And this, if he can continue like this, there's a player here that we've been waiting for. And then was it a week later at Wolves, was terrible or whatever.
What are you making a big fuss about?
Yeah.
That wire needs to be. There's too much slack.
There's not enough slack on a wire apparently. There you go, James's cable there.
What do you want me to do?
Pull it over, tuck it under the other side of his mic, mic stand, if you can. There you go. Jay's been sounding. There we go. All fixed, all sorted now.
I'll do it.
There we go. Perfect. Freddie's going to score today. Fred has 3 assists in 5. That's what he's there for, isn't it? Getting those assists and scoring. That's why we all love Fred.
Right. He's all right, and he under Ralph.
Those long distance goals that he's so well known for.
Yeah, with his right foot. Can we ever be good again? Would be my next question. Because even someone like Victor Lindelof, who has managed to get away unscathed this season, partly due to the fact that he's been pretty decent, partly due to the fact that Maguire has been getting all of the blame, was shit the other day, wasn't he? Multiple mistakes, looking shaky, losing the ball in the air, getting done by Watkins after miscontrolling it. Like he wasn't terrible, but he was inconsistent, and we saw
people
the
are fed up with
worst
him.
of Lindelof.
To be honest, because I was talking to some United fans in Morgan's Bar in Stretford before the Villa game. It would have been on Monday, and they were just saying, we want him to be sold because we just don't think he's good enough.
Lindelof?
No, and Maguire as well.
All right.
Just saying that Maguire and Lindelof just aren't good enough, and then they should be sold basically.
What do you think?
I'm the thing with Lindelof, I don't think he's been that bad this season, and considering the bar's that low, I think he's not been the issue. Shaw's been diabolical for much of the season. Maguire's been not far behind him, in all honesty. Wan-Bissaka, I don't know what's happened to him, but Lindelof's been pretty okay for a lot of the games.
The
I think Lindelof's the only one who's dropped more than 7 out of 10 this season.
This has always been in the air with Lindelof. I think tackling's he's okay at, but it's in these sort of physical games against teams like Villa and Burnley that he tends to struggle in because he's just not. I think it was Huddersfield in Jose Mourinho's first season away, and he was just terrible in that game because they just bullied him basically.
Oh yeah, I just feel like if you are going to start ringing changes and looking at people to blame, Victor Lindelof's not one of them for me.
Nothing.
No, and you can have the argument where he won't get anyone else's team, and I understand that. But this season, there's been a lot of very, very poor performances, and he's been okay.
He's not like a title-winning centre-back, though, is he?
No, I'm not saying he is. My point is, if you're going to start pointing fingers and getting rid of players, and so you say you spoke to lads who were saying sell players, I would be looking at Victor Lindelof this season. I don't think he's been that bad. I think there's others who've been, and also, Victor Lindelof has never been a player who you think he's going to be United captain, he's worth 80 million quid or whatever. He's not a player that was being called Roberto Carlos or whatever in the summer. Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire are those players, and their form's fallen off a cliff. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they're going to get more attention, and for me, need to look at themselves a bit more than Victor Lindelof does.
Roberto Carlos.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It was all like Roberto Carlos and Roberto Carlos has pictures of Luke Shaw and he's window. Yeah, it's great, innit? And then that's
so
where he keeps
police
him.
can't look.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Albany with the super chat. Donny must be absolutely horrible in training. What do you reckon?
What does he mean specifically by that? What's he doing that's horrible?
On, James. Well, as in he never gets to play. Therefore, he must.
Let's
be
not forget, right? From what we gather, and again, there's lots of conjecture.
What do you mean specifically by that? That's all I've got.
Right.
I ain't got the
we don't we? You mean horrible performances or whatever?
He's not just like.
I don't think he's like going around giving everyone Chinese burns or whatever. He's so horrible, Donny. He's an horrible man. Don't ever pick him, Ralph. He always give me a wet willy as well.
Flicking people in the
ear. He's just mean.
Spraying deodorant on people's nipples really close.
Hiding the socks and that. I think like Elanga, from what we gather, is really impressed in training, and that's why he's got himself in contention. So it's not like Ralph Rangnick's averse to giving someone a chance if they're performing. I just feel like all these managers, for some reason, don't rate him. There must be something in it.
I agree. Ryan Rush in the comments says, there it is, Jay falling off a cliff, Motti. He's trying to give you like a catchphrase and stuff.
It's true though, like, I do use it a lot because it's happened with so many of our players this season. Luke Shaw, last season, I thought was excellent for much of the season. Harry Maguire was excellent, and I think we missed him when he got injured. And then in the Euros, they were both superb. Harry Maguire's in the team of the tournament. Luke Shaw was, 20 minutes away from winning us the bloody Euros. And then this season, they've been awful. I mean, I know I'll keep going on about it again. You can put this in inverted commas because I mention it a lot. But that Liverpool game in that first half was genuinely two of the worst performances I've ever seen in a Manchester United player by both Shaw and Maguire. Probably more Shaw, to be honest with you. But neither of them, were covering themselves in glory. It was terrible. And to see them go from that such a high level to what they were putting in, I think falling off a cliff is all I can describe it.
When's the last time you covered yourself in glory? You were just absolutely drenched in it.
Last night for my birthday.
Oh no, Jay! Covered himself he covered himself and some of the people around him in glory.
No, I don't do that sort of thing.
You dirty pig. Hang on a sec, Joe. If Fred scores and punches Gerrard in celebration, will you give Jay a kissy?
Yeah. Yes, I will let him give me a kissy. If Fred scores and punches Gerrard,
like
yes,
Cam wrote that
we
comment.
can. You can give me a kissy.
Some of the people in that live chat do keep the super chats coming in, but they are insane.
That wasn't even a super chat. It made me laugh. People saying happy birthday, Jay. Yeah, it's Jay's birthday today, so happy birthday. It's Jay's birthday tomorrow as well, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, I am milking it. I'm like the Queen. It was yesterday, but thank you.
29 again.
Yes, for the 13th year running. Thank you for all the comments and chats and everything.
It looks like a 4-2-3-1 today. I mean, I suppose there's a chance.
Was that just those two behind the camera have decided that?
I suppose there's a chance that it's Greenwood and Cavani up front, Elanga and Bruno in a 4-2-2. We'll see when we start, but it was 4-2-3-1 the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Are you concerned about the 4-2-2 will never work?
Well, it's a bit. It reminds me when Van Gaal first came in. It was at the 3-5-2 that he played with, and we played it in pre-season, and it was like,
and we were mint.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And then
we beat like Madrid, Liverpool,
everyone.
Inter as well,
yeah.
United won the International Champions Cup,
which is the real
major
quiz.
honour. And then
it's a major honour.
Swansea first game of the season.
What's more illustrious, the International Champions Cup or the Audi Cup?
I think the International Champions Cup just about.
Or the Emirates Cup.
United haven't played in the Audi Cup for a while since they changed sponsorship. Their official car partner, 'cause they used to be sponsored by Audi,
right?
But they haven't played in it for a while.
What's it sponsored by Audi now?
I think it's Apollo Tyres.
Love it.
That's United's official tyre partner now. It used to be Kumo Tyres before that, I think.
Obviously.
Yeah.
James is an absolute fountain of knowledge, aren't you?
He is quality, man. He's got right.
You're like a very specific section of Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Agaz Kapoor, who's been a member for 13 months with the Super Chat.
Thank you, Agaz.
Lindelof is the one player with whom we know exactly what we're getting every match he plays, and we don't have we don't have enough of those kinds of players. He is consistent. I would say you kind of know his limitations, and he generally always plays up to those limitations.
I think he's done that before as well, Lindelof. There's a few seasons ago where no one agreed with me, but
I might agree with you. Always been sick.
You've done a Peter Simon.
Oh Jesus! Can we get a tissue for the old man, please?
I've got one of
Here you go, Nanny. Wipe your nose.
Put a single on Joe. No, a single on Joe, you idiot.
My capillaries aren't what they used to be.
Oh, I can see it. It's disgusting.
Jay, it's all over your jumper. You're sick. The man's sick.
No, it's there. I can see it next to your mouth.
It's next to his mouth. He's done us sick.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
That's so much snort. I heard it when it came out. It crunched. It went. You're right.
Will you put a single on Joe? For God's sake, you're absolutely useless. You.
Come on, Jay. Can you set up, mate? Someone just said, "I agree, Jay." I don't know if in response to your big sneeze.
Yeah.
But wow.
No, I was gonna say. Do you remember the season when Ole came in? That season, I thought Lindelof over the course of the season was our most consistent player. Yeah. Because people go to like Pogba and his numbers were fantastic. Pogba had that 14-game run where he was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But over the course of the entire season, under Jose and under Ole, Lindelof was the one player who dropped like lots of sevens.
Yeah.
He didn't give you many 9s or 10s or anything like that. Well, just 7 out of 10 throughout the season. And that's why I had him as my player of the season. Mackie's got mad because Mack was like, how can you say that? Paul Pogba scored all these goals, got all these assists. Blah, blah, blah. But my point was he was just consistently good rather than amazing. And I think Lindelof can do that, at times where you can give like 3 or 4 months where he is. He did it with Maguire. Him and Maguire formed a good partnership. And people just want to ignore that. And there was a time when we had like, I think the highest number of clean sheets in Europe or something.
Yeah, last season.
Yeah. And that was the Lindelof Maguire partner. Even Lindelof and Bailly at times, I think have had a decent spell. I think the problem with Lindelof is he just hasn't got that very, very top level where you go, he's an amazing centre-back.
Yeah.
He can do some good passes. He can be reliable. I just don't think, like James was saying earlier, is he someone that would get in City's team? Probably not.
No. Peter Holland, who's been a member for 5 months, says, "Happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm snot on my new jumper. I didn't realise I had a tissue in my pocket as well, which is worse.
I hit 40 a couple of days ago. Any tips for comfy shoes?
I didn't realise you were on BBC local radio.
You got your new shoes, haven't you? There is a sale at Jonathan James today at Salford Shopping City.
Listen, other brands are available, but I just go with the old sort of. I used to have a nice pair of comfy Pumas, and I've got comfy pair of Adidas.
I've got a new pair of these nice Reebok.
There you go. James has got. Show him. Put them on the. There you go.
Yeah. Well, they're nice.
There, he's got some nice comfy ones there for you.
Right. Lovely. Rangnick, speaking about Maguire, as you can see on the screen there, says Harry was out for 2 weeks. He doesn't have any problems anymore, but I decided to keep the 2 centre-backs from the cup game. There you go. So he's fit, but he's just not in.
Makes sense.
Does make sense. Koth Mike, in reference to you
exploding.
Covering yourself in glory, as you just did, says, Jay, that was the sexiest thing I've seen since 2001. What do you think happened in 2001 that was even sexier?
2001, what happened
There's
in 2001?
a lot of things, big events happened in 2001 that we're not going
sexy,
to mention that weren't sexy.
Someone just said Jay Snotty instead of Jay.
Nice. It's like my daughter calls Scott McTominay Snot McTominay.
Really?
Yeah. Kids aren't they stupid?
Can
we put the game on?
Kids aren't they futile?
Or the build-up or whatever.
Yeah, they ought to be some sort of build-up.
Yeah, rather than wait until R5 and then panicking when it's not working.
Some of the suggestions of the things that were sexier in 2001 in the comments are not good, and we won't read them out. And I believe that you actually inspired some of those comments.
Didn't say anything.
Very interesting, very interesting. I can't read that. That's disgusting.
Can I read it? Can you show it to me?
No.
6-1 against Arsenal, wasn't that in 2001?
It was. There you go.
I wasn't born in 2001.
Well, that's no excuse for not being
When were
there.
you born? I wasn't born in 2001 either.
2003.
I was born in 1991.
Nice.
Good for you.
When were you born?
2003.
What was the sexiest thing that happened that year? The Commonwealth Games.
That was 2002.
Shit. All right, then the World Olympics.
And actually,
the World Championship.
Manchester
2003, the mint thing about that was everyone was getting giddy about Arsenal winning the league, and then they started drawing loads of games, and we just started winning
And
loads
the
of
Commonwealth
games.
Games-
Scholes was amazing that season.
Manchester should have had the Olympics in 2000, so the Commonwealth Games should have never have happened in the first place, to be honest.
James, right, let me tell you something. I love Manchester, right? I've lived in Manchester for practically my entire 42 years on this planet.
You have?
Yeah, but even I don't think that Manchester should have had the Olympics in 2000 over Sydney.
Well, he does.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Do you know what they did in the Olympic campaign?
Built the
Sydney?
arena.
No. Manchester went for the Olympics in 96, lost to Atlanta, and in 2000 lost to Sydney. And it was like, you had to do like these campaigns and everything. I remember Sydney did an advert for theirs where they just went down to like Odsal and took a picture of the canal or whatever and then juxtaposed it with Sydney Harbour. It was just like, where would you like your Olympics?
I see no difference.
Here or here? And even I was like, yeah, I'd probably have it in Sydney.
Shame, really, isn't it?
And the Commonwealth Games is proper like, the consolation prize, isn't it?
Pepsi.
Here's what you could have won.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good as the Olympics.
They built the Nine-X, as it was known as then, for that Olympics that they didn't have either, because it was like a multi-purpose sports venue before it became a concert arena. Because the Manchester basketball and ice hockey team played there.
Yeah.
Still a British record for the largest basketball attendance in the UK. The Manchester Giants.
Versus?
I don't know. I think it was like 20,000 though, or something crazy like that.
See, brilliant. Sean Patrick McDade says, Joe, can you explain why you are Pepsi Maxless? Is this an anti-caffeine stance or are you pro H2O? I'll be honest, I just get too burpy.
Oh, dear.
It's as simple as that, so I just go for a nice still water.
The anti-capitalism.
I'm anti-capitalism as well. Yeah, definitely. Do you think Alanga's been played because he's good or because Rashford's been poor?
Well, do you have any faith in what Rangnick said about Rashford having a dead leg, or do you think he's been dropped?
I think he's been dropped.
Right, okay.
What do you think?
Me and you did that video the other day, and we spoke about Rashford. Now it was time to take him out of the firing line. I think that you can adjust that team though, and not play Alanga. You can still drop Marcus Rashford and put Lingard in there, or have Sancho in there. I know he's not 100% match fit, but you could maybe make it work. I think Alanga has been featuring this season because Rangnick rates him.
Do you think so as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
and do you think Rashford's been dropped, by the way?
Yeah, I think dead leg is quite a vague sort of injury because there's variations of that. I'm guessing, like in terms of seriousness of it, and I think it's quite a nice one to sort of say. But yeah, it's just not been good enough, especially in the games that he has been playing recently. It seems like he's lacking in confidence, and he's just not. He just could do with a spell outside the team. I don't buy this whole he needs to not focus on his PR as much and that sort of thing. Because I don't really understand how that is affecting his performance, to be honest.
The thing is as well, like you say about confidence, like with Rashford, me and you were talking about this the other day, and you can tell he's not got confidence, and people just say, "Oh, it's his attitude." And I think, but I mean, that's exactly what I was saying to you the other day. Like someone who's got a bad attitude and someone who lacks confidence, they kind of look the same. They're not wanting
Symptoms are similar.
Yeah, the symptoms are similar. Yeah, thank you. Like they're not getting to balls they should be getting to. They're not demanding the ball all the time. They're not sort of trying to find a space.
Playing within themselves.
Yeah,
they're not trying.
they're not. You know what I mean? They're not on the front foot. It's like it's the same thing, and the only reason I say, I'd answer is when people go, well, how can you tell that? How do you know? I don't know that for a fact. I just think if you look at Marcus Rashford and what he's done for this club and the way he is, I don't think he's someone who strikes me as having a bad attitude.
Well, what do you make of people that are having a go at his like Twitter account and they're calling him Marcus PR Ashford and stuff, stupid things?
No one
like
was
that.
moaning that when it was like a year ago, and he was feeding loads of starving kids, and
Because he was playing well.
yeah,
So
and
it
he was
then.
doing that campaign where all these different companies and all these different people were tweeting him saying, we've just raised all this money, or we're doing a food bank or whatever, and he was saying, well done. Everyone was buzzing off that, and now it's like, oh, that's his distraction. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like what you said, maybe him playing against Wolves with a broken back didn't help him. Maybe him hobbling around the pitch against the Scousers with his ankle in bits didn't help him. Maybe him playing against PSG and Chelsea strapped up with a shoulder injury didn't help him, rather than a few tweets he sent out to
I think,
Sainsbury's in Glossop.
I think some of the recent tweets that he's doing, like his PR team are doing this sort of weird, like fake Mancunian sort of thing, and it's just like, I'd prefer it if it's like with any player's social media. It's not him doing it, but it's like, when players apologise after a defeat and stuff.
I hate that. I hate that more than anything. I wound me up when he was apologising for missing a penalty. But you don't apologise. You don't have to apologise for missing a penalty anyway. You certainly don't have to apologise after what you've just done for the country.
Have you noticed people aren't doing that as much?
I wish they
The
wouldn't.
apologies are sort of... Because what they've done fan sentiment graphs, and they've realised people don't like the apologies.
But
so they've got rid of the
they've gone back
apology.
to the vague, tough game. We go again next week for the 3 points. Thanks for your support.
We all know how
Hashtag,
much this means.
Yeah.
We're hurting too.
Victor and Ichibi, can you please tweet something
ace.
like...
That's ace, that is quality.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're doing, aren't they? And it's like when it comes out, like I think it came out like Rashford and others. He's not doing all
Was it
those
Joe
tweets.
Mascot
and,
that accidentally tweeted a picture of like a Ferrari or something like that after Villa had got beat or something like that?
Probably.
Who was it? What did United player who tweeted like, "Great game today, well done, boys"?
Yeah.
Joe Hart didn't Joe Hart do it?
Joe
When
Hart,
Joe
yeah.
Hart when we did it, lost 3-0,
Yeah.
and he tweeted like a celebrate on Insta. I think it was. They did a
Get in.
post celebrating, and it's like, "We lost you, idiot."
He has to apologise in his Instagram story as well. To do a video like, "Oh, I'm very sorry. I don't know how that happened."
Sorry, I've got some bad news for you, Jay.
Go on.
Jay, there is no Sainsbury's in Glossop.
Oh, sorry.
So Marcus Rashford wasn't tweeting about that. You're a
Sorry.
charlatan. You're a
Sorry,
liar.
I
Get
meant
out
to
of
say.
my sight.
I meant to say Urmston.
Right, thank you.
Is there a Sainsbury's in Urmston?
Is there
Yeah,
an
of course
Urmston in
there is in the
Glossop?
middle,
How can you not know there's not a Sainsbury's in Glossop?
I've only been to Glossop twice, so forgive me.
Do you know what the football team's called there?
Glossop
Glossop
FC.
FC.
Glossop North End.
Really?
Yeah, they played at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium.
Why
Nice.
do you know this?
Just do.
James, please.
Because I don't have a social life. So
Lucas Brent
Yeah.
says, does Ginger Lad remember me from Working Men's Club?
I do.
Lucas Brett, sorry,
Yes.
not Brent.
So I met him outside Working Men's. I went to see Working Men's Club at the Ritz.
Yeah.
And
Working Men's Club are a band, by the way.
they're not a Working Men's Club. They're
He just says here, I've had myself tested, and he should do too. That's all he's going to say.
Yeah. Any itching could be fixed with this crew. Interesting.
yeah. I did see him outside, and it was a nice guy. So
Was it? How do you
God.
remember it was Lucas Brett?
because he was the guy that came up to me and said, "Are you the smart kid off YouTube?" And I said, "Yeah."
Smart kid off YouTube.
I like that. The smart kid off YouTube. Yep, that's
Like
me.
he's some big boffin, like
Yeah.
a big glowing.
Yeah.
And we were in the queue together, and my phone, because the signal's quite crap outside the Ritz, wasn't loading my ticket up, so I had to wait for other people to go in whilst I got signal and could scan it. So I was sort of in the nether zone for 10 minutes.
Beautiful. When's the last time you were in the Nether Zone, Jay?
In the Nether Zone, about 1994.
I remember.
Have you ever left your keys?
I love that Jay quite clearly wants to say something, but we keep.
Have you ever left like your keys in your flat and then you get stuck in the nether zone, like in that episode of Peep Show?
Me and Jay broke into my flat a
Yeah.
few months ago.
We don't need keys.
Yeah.
We don't need keys. What do we need? Folded up.
Yeah, folding up
laminated pieces of paper.
Yeah,
that pop
and we
my
got
door
in
right
there,
open.
mate. Don't you worry about that.
45 minutes. Jay was like, he was back in the old days.
Oh, I
wasn't
was
he?
loving it. I was loving your determination. Like, we're not going our way. No,
No.
we're having this. We are not leaving until we are in your flat.
We've got a
And
few
we got
dodgy
in there.
looks.
Yeah.
trying to burst our way in using a Blockbuster video card, fingernail, like my knuckle bleeding from scratching him on the outside of the door.
I love that.
Well, but she still got a Blockbuster video card.
I don't know what it was. What was it? It was like a
IKEA family.
It was one of those like
something.
£5 gift cards. Yeah, you have to use it at Frankie and Benny's or like a like a chit.
Someone got me a Greg's gift card, which was very nice.
That is good.
£10, yeah.
Go on, then, what were you going to say, Jay?
Subscribe to the channel. Can we put a link in the description in the chat? If you're not doing so, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We appreciate all your support, so give us a subscribe.
Matt JD says, "Hey guys, can you shout out my mate Clive, who has learning difficulties and watches you every match day." Shout out to Clive. Thank you very much.
Shout out to Clive. Clive, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Much appreciated.
Yeah, cheers very much. Bellin.
What?
So yesterday, we were talking about Jude Bellingham.
I just said Bellin.
When was it?
No.
Thursday night.
Oh yeah, Thursday night. And I just
look at Gerrard, then the absolute muppet.
One thing you have to say about Gerrard, one of the most fierce hairlines in the history of the world. That man's 40, and you can barely fit like a Pink Panther wafer between his eyebrows and his hair. He's got a stupidly good hairline, hasn't he?
No, he hasn't. It's rubbish.
You know, do you reckon Jurgen Loh, the Germany manager, does that a wig?
I think it's a wig.
Yeah, I think it's a wig.
Yeah, I think it's a wig. It's like Lego hair, isn't it? You can just pop it off and put another haircut.
Playmobil, man.
Yeah, Playmobil. Yeah. Do you hate Gerrard then?
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you know why I hate Gerrard? Right.
Gerrard was. He's played for Liverpool.
Yeah, there's that. But lots of players play for Liverpool, and I don't hate some of them. But
Sammy Hippier?
Oh, I hate him.
I don't think I can name one that you didn't. Craig Bellamy?
I don't mind Craig Bellamy. I know he played for City as well. Do you know why I don't mind Craig Bellamy? My mate told me this story and I love it. And I'm all about this. They were in Vegas, a load of mates, right? And one of them seen Craig Bellamy right across the road and shouting, Bellamy, you're not bad.
Yeah.
Right, started giving him a load of grief. And Bellamy, is quite a while, far away and it's roasting in Vegas, has ran across the road, nearly got run over by a car, jumps over the road, said, what did you just say to me? And this lad pooed his pants. And I'm all about that. I think that's great.
He's still up for himself. Put in the comments, who's your least favourite Liverpool player?
Didn't he do something like before the 2007 Champions League final? He beat one of his own players up with a golf club.
Hit someone with a golf club?
Yeah. To help cost the Scousers the game.
Why did he even have golf clubs in the hotel?
So I don't mind Bellamy as much as I should.
There's because he was a youth manager at Cardiff for a bit, and there's all sorts of allegations about him.
All right, let's not.
No, just like workplace bullying and that sort of thing.
I don't know about that. So if that's the case,
allegations. He said allegations.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I don't mind him as much as you think I would, because he was the kind of guy that got coined at Old Trafford, wasn't he?
I met him at a football tournament when I was like 12. I didn't get a photo with him, but loads of other people did.
The only thing with Gerrard.
Why do you hate Steven Gerrard?
Because he's so overrated. He's so he is. Like, do you remember in 2014, I think it was, where Yaya Toure scored 20 league goals, carried that City team,
midfield performances of anyone in the Premier
we've ever
League.
seen in the Premier League. And I hate City, but I'll admit that. And all the talk was of Gerrard. And it's like, and Gerrard was like taking penalties and scoring some goals, but it wasn't in the same league as that. And it was like, oh, Gerrard, this is amazing. They lost the title that season because of his arrogance, with his old, this doesn't slip
He was
and all that.
quite clearly the weak link in that Liverpool team.
He was never a DM. He hadn't got the intelligence for it, and he played him there. He slipped, cost him the title.
Because he could pass, they played him deep. But
and that's what cost him the title. And it's like this whole thing of, he's like, half man, half folk ballad, where they talk about him like he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to
Scored a nice goal
Liverpool.
against West Ham in the FA Cup
He did
final.
well in the Champions League in 2005, and he's dined off that ever since.
Yeah, he's definitely overrated.
Yeah, the conversation with who's better, him or Scholes.
I think that's obvious. But I think the conversation who's better, him or Lampard, is a ridiculous one. Lampard was a far better player than Gerrard, comfortably better.
I agree. I think he was.
And he was also part of the reason why England didn't do as well at World Cups, because Capello and other managers kept on playing him.
Yeah.
And there was better options. Scholes was playing out on the wing.
Yeah, and Scholes left wing and to accommodate Steven Gerrard. It's like, what are you doing that for?
And as Steve always says, what used to happen is, because he was Mr. Liverpool, when they needed a goal, it was just give it Gerrard and let him smash it from 30 yards out all the time. I'm just going to win it. He just made it be all about him.
You look at it as well, like,
it didn't work.
I'm not saying he didn't have any good games. It'd be ridiculous saying it, but like when you talk about him, like I remember when he retired from England, he was mentioning games like against Luxembourg as like one where he steps up
game though,
and against for Liverpool, it's like against Olympiacos, and you think really?
Everyone remembers when England qualified for the 2014 World Cup by beating Poland at a half sold out Wembley.
Yeah, it's like, is that your epitaph?
Yeah. Suresh says, Jay, what shampoo do you use? And I think that's insulting, because I think he's taking the piss out of you because you're not getting hair.
Baldism is real, bro. Come on.
Speaking of that, did you see that there's an investigation at United
It's a
about
bald, is it?
What about the height?
heightism?
Oh, is this
against
because
the
of
Wolves player?
Moutinho?
No, I think it's was it not what's he called, the winger, Padence?
Oh, is it?
I think it's him.
I
He
thought-
was the shortest player there. I think.
Oh, right. I thought it was right. Okay,
Maybe
fair
it was
enough.
Moutinho.
I mean,
do you make of
really,
that?
I think it's
It's
ridiculous.
a bit.
I'll
Well,
read it. It's from Daniel Taylor, obviously of the Athletic. We've had him on the channel before, haven't we?
Yeah, he was on. He was on the other week.
Yeah, exactly.
Great stuff. Really enjoyed that.
He says unusual on Manchester United have an investigation and sent targeted emails to fans because of height discrimination towards a Wolves player. Thoughts?
I think there's bigger things, to be honest, for the club to be
Let's
concerned
not make
about.
jokes about it. He said there's bigger things to worry about, Jay. What do you make of that? Only making it worse. You'll be getting an email very shortly from me. Bigger
I'm not.
things.
I'm censoring myself to not make puns. It is stupid, though. It is. I think that we're. There's this thing now as well, and I think it's kind of ruining it a little bit because I understand the certain chants and certain things you shouldn't be saying.
Certain ones about Arsene Wenger that David Gill was not a huge fan of. Do you
Right,
remember that?
yeah. I understand. I understand there's certain things you shouldn't be saying at a football match. I get it, but I think when you start just crossing lines into towards sort of, I don't know,
You're not allowed to be
criticising
mean.
fans for just being a bit horrible, a bit
Yeah.
mean, a bit mean. I think is the right word.
Yeah.
Then it just gets silly and it detracts from the real arguments because then it's like, well, everything's bad now, isn't it? So when someone is like racist or homophobic, it does actually deserve to be. Not just
Can't say
criticised,
anything
but
these
banned or
days.
whatever. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't say anything. Well, no, you can't say those.
Say your
things.
English now,
Yeah.
put you in prison.
Yeah, that's the issue.
do
It
actually,
dilutes the real arguments.
They do. Kyle Chester says Pirlo and Drogba are half man, half folk as well. I think Pirlo to a much greater extent than Drogba. Pirlo was at his
the
best
thing with Drogba
when
is
he was
he
33.
turned up massively in the big games.
Yeah.
And like stat merchants don't like Pogba because you go Drogba because you go that season when he only scored 8 goals whatever. But like he literally scored in 10 finals.
He won.
It was
He won
10 of 11
Chelsea.
finals he played
Yeah.
and he scored.
That 09-10 league title was because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like-
I wasn't a fan of Didier Drogba when he played for Chelsea, but I'll admit he turned up.
Yeah, Pirlo's a different case. Pirlo, I think, when he was at AC Milan, he was always regarded as a good, classy player. He was a good player. And then they let his contract run out or whatever it was. He left, went to Juve when he was like 31, and that's when the whole sort of 2012 World Cup where he was just dead cool and he's got a
10.
beard, 2010. He's got a beard and all the Italian players
And
got
that
beards
that
and they're all
quote
cool.
came out, the PlayStation quote that he said about the after the bicycle, the PlayStation's like the best invention or something because apparently he played it before the 2006 World Cup final. He played FIFA.
Like, he was a good
Yeah.
player, but this thing of like, oh my
A lot of that as well
incredible.
is
just because he's cool and
because he did
good-looking.
well against England because we gave him the rule of the roost.
Yeah.
Like so people remember that and go,
He
well, he
was
was mint
shit.
against us because we just went, yeah, do you want the ball? Have it.
Yeah.
And he did that in 2 games.
It's
against
like
us,
the
and
early
people
days
think,
of
And he
oh,
sort
could
of-
pass it. He was
Yeah.
a great passer, but that was
The early days of like the internet as well, and that sort of. Remember when there was like football accounts that like deluded Brendan and like the one of the Shinji Kagawa one and that sort of thing, and like people like Zlatan, the whole Zlatan's thing. Remember when everyone thought that he was like a god because
Yeah.
he referred to himself in the third person? Pirlo had that sort of thing about him for a while.
Have you ever referred to yourself in the third person?
No,
Do you want to give it a go?
No, I'm not a twat.
Okay. Joe was disappointed that James rejected his request. Clayton with a super chat says, "Who do you hate more, Jay, Gerard or Soiree?"
Oh, it's a good question.
That's Lewis Soiree.
Because Gerard is a lot of things, but as far as I know, he's not a racist. So I'm gonna go with Suarez because the one thing I don't like about Luis Suarez, right?
the only thing.
Lots of things, but the main thing, he said what he said. Well, then he tries to make out like he didn't say it, and then he lies and says he didn't, and then all these T-shirts and all this other nonsense. And I think like, even if he'd have said, you know what, I owe man's up, I snapped and I said something I shouldn't say, I'd respect that more than just try to act like the victim for the last 10 years.
It was the way that
whatever it is, or
Liverpool
9
fans
years.
at the time was well sort of victimised and said, well, the FA want to ban him because they're out to get him, and they made up these sort of conspiracy theories and said, oh, well, the Anton Ferdinand one was different and all this stuff, and it's like, you're just trivialising racism.
Honestly, I actually,
Yeah.
because I remember having an argument with someone and they're like, have you read the FA report? And I was like, yeah, I have. I did read it. And he admitted what he said. And it was obvious they were rowing and he said it. So there's no argument there. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he said it as an insult to someone he was rowing with. End of discussion. And yet he tries to paint himself as like, he was hard done by. Bored off.
We'll go into score predictions in a minute. To get score predictions in the comments, I'll read through some of them. Let me just go through the rest of the results in the league. So Wolves have beat Southampton 3-1. Norwich have beaten Everton 2-1. They're
Good.
Rafa's about to get sacked from Liverpool teams once again. Actually, did he get sacked or did he leave? I can't remember now. Newcastle and Watford have drawn 1-1, which is just an absolute. Of course they did, just absolute pants. And City have beaten Chelsea, all but giving them the title. Would you say, James?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're currently 13 points ahead of Chelsea on the same games. They're 14 points ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool have got 2 games.
It's a bit boring now, isn't it? Really, because I can't remember apart from the City and Liverpool sort of season where there's actually been like a good title race.
Not since 2013.
No. Yeah.
It's been like you've known who's going to win it by February most years. Except, the Leicester one.
Yeah.
We just need Newcastle's owners to hurry up, don't they, and spend the money, and then we can have a real title race. The way
The
God
biting
intended.
thing was really odd as well with Suarez. The biting thing was really odd as well.
Keeps biting people.
I know.
It's like a kid at a nursery. He's
what?
been very good. His learning's great. He's plays with the water, all that. He keeps biting people.
Yeah, it was.
disgusting.
He's just an horrible person, isn't he?
Yeah, good though, isn't it? Jason says Greenwood being born in 2001 is the best thing that happened that year. Interesting.
Well done, bro. That's a very good shout.
Some score predictions then. Anthony Jarvis 1-1, I think. Philip Glover 3-1. What the fuck am I actually right? Question mark says 2-2 and then this emoji. Lidio says 3-1. We've got Murray Joe saying 1-0. 2-0 win. 0-1 win. James, what are your thoughts?
I think it'll be tight, but I reckon United should just about scrape it. What do you have an emoji that you hate the most?
No.
Mine's the one with the tongue out and the eye.
The cheeky one.
Yeah, I hate that.
Do it.
No, I'm not doing that.
Just do it.
Yeah, that one. Not for me.
I likes it.
I don't mind it.
Score prediction, Jay?
What did I say? I think I said a 2-2 or something on the preview. I don't know. Now I've seen the teams. I'm going to go for 4-1 United.
4-1 United.
It doesn't matter anyway because we're all going to be wrong, so it's pointless, really, isn't it?
It doesn't matter because we're all going to die with it. So what's the point? Fucking hell, Joe.
Hit that like button. How many likes we got, Joe?
500 and something.
Come on, let's get to 1,000 likes before kick-off. We
Yeah.
can do it, man. Just smash
1,000
that like
likes.
button. Let's do this. If we get to 1,000 likes before kick-off, United will win. It's official.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 2-0 Man United. Big T Guitar says, I take offence to that, Joe. My son and heir is a biter, but he's not a racist.
I always call my son and her.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is he your heir?
Yeah,
What does he
technically.
take?
I always get it. Because off the Smiths in it. How soon he's now.
What is your
Son and heir.
estate?
He probably gets about 36 grand worth of debt.
And 8 bottles of Pepsi Max.
Right, well, yeah. Whatever's left of you, what you got me.
If you were to, lose in battle on the way home, your son would get a
The
couple of lovely new
official title,
jumpers.
yeah.
A couple of lovely new jumpers.
He gets,
and 8 bottles
gets
of
a
Pepsi
share
Max.
in this channel.
He does actually.
Yeah. There you go. Make sure he gets it as well when I'm long gone. Do you hear me?
I'll have
Don't
left by
worry,
then.
legal wranglings.
If you die on the way home, I'm gone.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Can't we get the keys to the city to Urmston?
Yeah, but I've not got them anymore. I've moved to Eccles on her. No.
What's that thing that people get? Is that like keys to the city when like a famous person is like his hometown?
Yeah.
They give him, like,
You're allowed in
Giggs
every-
got it for Salford, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we have them back? Sorry, we're going to need them back. No, it's not you.
We're only
it's
borrowing him. Like,
it's
you
just
know,
like
you borrow
a
someone the keys. I've not got my keys with me. That's what we did with you this season.
just
Keys to Salford.
letting you in any door in the city has proven a problematic decision.
Like Salford Uni giving all these honorary degrees out to certain people as well that probably not have to be taken back.
You might want to rethink that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like an honorary degree?
I'd like try to get a proper one, but if I don't, then they won't give me an honorary one. I'll take it.
Can you do it with that? Would you? Here's a question: if you had an honorary degree,
Yeah.
would you put it in your CV?
Yeah, of course he would.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd probably miss out the honorary bit because I got a degree.
What was when you get an honorary degree? Does it get a grade?
No.
You don't get like a first.
Imagine they
I
give you
got
an
an
honorary
honorary
degree
degree. It's only a
and
2-2.
give you a third.
What have they done here?
I'm giving you a pass.
Here's a bit of trivia for it. Gary Neville's picture on his Wikipedia is him getting his honorary degree at Salford Uni. That's the main picture they've used on his Wikipedia.
That is trivia, if nothing else.
Aye.
Who
It
do
was
you
Roger Bannister got one when I got mine. When I
Really?
got my undergraduate, he got his honorary degree. And I covered Jimmy Armfield getting his when I was a reporter.
think Roger Bannister?
Bit of a non-story though, really, isn't it?
What?
Someone getting an honorary degree.
It says your little ditty about Gary Neville's Wikipedia picture. How
I know,
dare
like,
you?
when I covered it as a story, for like obviously Jimmy Armfield is Blackpool's hero, so it was relevant to that sort of area. Do you know what I mean? And also, he's a dead nice guy.
Roger Bannister,
Yeah.
first.
Was 4 minute mile? Was that him?
Yep.
Yeah.
First person to run a 4-minute mile. Do you think you could do that, Jay?
4-minute mile.
Yeah.
I often consider it. I think, could I do that? And then I see my times and I go, no.
Do you think you could do it on a motorbike? Or you'd be too scared? Too fast!
I don't like motorbikes.
4:08.
Yeah,
Go-kart.
On a Ducati. Don't you like motorbikes?
No.
You must have gone on them a lot as a kid.
No, do you know what? I didn't. I'm more sort of not a couple of motorbikes, mainly mopeds when I was working in Malia, but I've never been a motorbike fan.
Have you not been to Lower Kersal before then?
No.
Is there
There's a big thing like the same in Erlen. There's loads of them knocking about, and quite
Last
dangerous.
time I was in Kersal, I saw a police chase with motorbikes.
Really?
There was I was just walking back from the shops,
Yeah.
and there was 4 guys, 2 on either side of the road. 2 were in BMXs,
Yeah.
and the others were on like mopeds with balaclavas on, going as fast as they could on either side of the pavement. And like 4 or 5 police cars were like
Almost there.
chasing them with like sirens blaring down the road.
I love a chase. I love a police chase.
We're almost at 1,000
Yeah, we're nearly
likes.
at 1,000
Come
likes.
on.
Let's get to 1,000
There's
likes
over-
before kick-off.
Sorry, Joe, to keep butting in. There's over 2,500 people watching. Smash that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
Right, if you had to do your pose for these pictures, these Premier League pictures, how would you? Because some of them are like that, pointing at the badge. Some are like hands on the rips and all that, Mason.
Just that.
What'd you do?
That
Yeah,
was the,
I
that was
didn't
the
think Cavani's got
right.
his hands
They
back.
all
What?
used to be the standard walk forward, 2 steps, arms back. And
Yeah.
now the game's gone. They're doing all these stupid ones.
What would you have
instead.
as yours then?
That the
You're not
traditional
allowed that?
one. What do you mean you're not allowed that?
I'm the photographer, you're not allowed that.
Well, I'm doing it anyway, so put up with it.
Interesting. What did you have? You know the emoji that James hates, that's very good. That's a good one, that. I don't know, I'd have that.
What was the Sam Allardyce one where he was like,
Yeah, the one where it looked like it was the chippy.
Looking at what's Savoy. Hey, what's the difference between... Can people at home let me know? What's the difference between a sausage at the chippy and a Savoy?
we're done now, mate.
900 and something.
Come on!
Nearly
1,000
1,000
likes before kick off.
What is
Come
the
on, you can
difference
do it.
between chip stop sausage and Savoy, please. Always wanted to know the difference. I know it's red, but don't
That's
just
going
give
to
me
get
that.
clipped up and put on like accidental partridge now.
No, but
Please!
we are doing our texting today. What's the difference between sausage and Savoy? Again,
Mark,
sausage
in Ipswich.
Hit that like button. Come on, man. We'll get to 1,000 likes. We can do this.
Jackie in Spondon. I would like to know the difference if anyone knows. The game's about to kick off, and it has kicked
Yes!
off. 1,000 likes. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much.
What car would Henry VIII drive? That sort of thing.
Yeah. We're
is
talking
great
King
answer.
and Car. Yeah. King and Car. Henry VIII, green Range Rover, Vogue.
Oh, that's a good start.
Okay, I can't read that. Sorry, Tom. I almost read it, but I don't think it's true. It says Savoy is made exclusively from colon material. I like it, material. Can't even call it meat. Savoy is apparently more hot dog type sausage.
It's like crab sticks that's renamed crab flavoured sticks because they don't
Or
actually
seafood
yeah,
sticks.
they don't actually contain any
Really?
actual crab. Yeah.
That's a shame, isn't it? Do you like crab sticks, Jay?
Do you know what, right?
You don't have fish, do you?
Do you ever have, when I used to go to the pub when I was younger, you used to have the fish man that came round?
Yeah.
And the DJ at the pub you used to see the same joke every time he came in. He'd go, the fish man's here, he's got cockles, he's got mussels. If you want crabs, see the landlord.
Hey! For anyone who isn't, or who wasn't around in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
what is the fish man?
The fish man.
Because I know.
Yeah. It's basically someone who comes around all the pubs, right,
Yeah.
with like a basket of or a fridge.
Fresh fish.
Yeah, fish.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, so it's got like it does seem like some out of Victorian times, but
Yeah.
he would have like all these different variations of fish products
Yeah.
that you could eat in the
There used to
pub.
be a bloke in the three-legged stool who had always been to Whitby that day and had the best kippers you could buy. And you're like, these are dry and old. He's like, I picked them up today. Mate, it's 8 in the morning. What time do you go to Whitby? 4. Like, just happened to have been to Whitby every single day of the week.
Did you used to have the pirated DVDs, man, as well?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, so we've had a corner that Lucas Digne has just headed cleared. And we've got
Pirates of
another
the
one now.
Caribbean 2 with Japanese subtitles.
Those were the days, weren't they? With old DVDs.
Right. Corner
Come
team,
on,
mate.
United. Let's score a set piece
I think
goal
we're gonna.
in the Premier League for once this season.
Cavani. Look, everyone's really piling on there, aren't they?
Right. 100 corners this season now, United. No goals from corners this season. That is ridiculous.
And it's not going to change anytime
Yeah,
soon.
and
With
that
kind
was
of fucking
genuinely
shit,
one of the
is
worst
it?
corners I've ever seen.
But well done to Manchester United for taking 100 corners this season.
Yeah.
Yes, we haven't scored from any of them, but it's not easy to take them either.
100 corners this season.
That'll be
Never
on
seen that.
the third shirt for next season, embroidered on the back.
There.
I'm surprised United's Twitter account hasn't already made some sort of
Oh,
announcement.
that tweet was so bad. Did you see the Ronaldo
Do you
one?
not
Where it's
just
like,
find
narrow
yourself
it down.
taking corners
how
all
many
day?
times have you sued today or something like that?
Yeah, I would like to sue Manchester United for making me
This club,
feel
man,
embarrassed.
honestly. I don't remember it ever being, even under Moyes, I don't remember it being this bad. Seriously, it's just awful, isn't it? Everything
those
about it annoys me.
Social media rock stars in charge of the Twitter account.
Yeah.
Say no more. Jay runs it.
Yeah.
Now he's
So
embarrassed.
if they gave me that Twitter account, I'd give myself an hour before I got it permanently banned from Twitter.
not you sacked, the actual account.
Yeah, the
banned.
account just banned forever, and United would not be allowed to have another Twitter account.
Be like Trump.
Yeah. I'd just be firing shots at everyone.
Really?
It'd be funny though. Imagine having the United login Twitter account on your phone. Just get bored one day and just tweet Liverpool's account and say like, "You're
Give
shit."
them
You're shit. You are SHIT. No spaces even. Clearly bladdered. You're shit. Strongbow is class. That's a nice nothing, actually. I thought he'd made a good pass and he had
The way he did that pass, it looked like
looked
a good pass.
didn't it?
The way he bent his leg right, you thought that's a
Yeah.
nice little pass that, but it went straight to a Villa player.
Yeah.
Love United, hate Carling.
Yeah. That was me at table tennis yesterday. I look like I can play, but I can't. Like I got all that.
Yeah.
Windmilling.
Are you any good at darts?
No,
No,
terrible.
terrible, yeah.
Awful at darts.
Pool.
It's too hard. I'm all right at pool, but only like all right for a lad who's played about 100 games of pool in his life. Not good at pool.
Really? Is that it?
Do you play pool?
I'm not playing for a little while. I'm still going in pubs, but I used to play quite a lot.
Did
Used to
you?
enjoy it, yeah.
You good?
It was all right. I won 5 pints of Strongbow once at my local in a pool
What,
tournament.
one for each what game you won, or was it like
It was
the
the
winner
prize
gets
was 5
pints?
drinks, and I used to drink Strongbow at the time, so it was 5 pints of Strongbow.
Did I
You
tell
never
you?
into beer, were you?
I didn't. I was like, I drank different types of beer from different times. So like sometimes
drinks for
Strongbow.
different needs.
Yeah, it's like
Hey,
sometimes it was Stella.
Bruno, better have a shot at the near post, do you?
Come on, man. Like, this
I think
is
there's a chance
this
there.
is better than a corner in it from where we are, just on the corner of the box there.
Yeah.
Get Raphael Varane on the back post there.
We might have a shot, yeah, you know. Come on.
Come on.
Some sort of jostling.
I won a £20 free bar tab once for playing a quiz because I was the only person that was playing it, so I won by default.
That's one of the saddest stories I've heard in my life.
What sort of a pub was this?
Empty pub where
No,
James still
it wasn't-
insisted
I wasn't-
that they did the pub quiz. No, actually, I've turned up for the quiz. I don't care that no one else is here. We're playing.
Come on, Bruno.
Either that. Yeah! Yes! Offside. Is he offside?
No,
He's gonna
it's
be
not.
offside.
What? Why?
Cavani looked like he might be offside. Cavani stepped over the ball. He's in the line of the ball. That's
Oh,
going to be offside.
don't do that to me.
It's going to be offside.
Right.
If Cavani's offside, that
Joe
will-
says
that
it's
won't be given.
offside.
If he's offside, that's not going to be given because Cavani was in the line, wasn't he?
It's like, do you remember the when they played Birmingham and their
Are you
keeper?
sure? Has he not just
No, of
give it?
course
No,
I'm not sure.
He's give it on
He's
it.
given it.
Right, what is Cavani offside? No,
No,
he's not.
Mings
Perfect.
played him on
Perfect,
side.
get him!
Yeah.
I thought
Oh, you proper rained on it.
Well, I thought if Cavani's offside, it'd be this
Because I
lad.
thought-
That's all I said. That's all I
Because
said.
you was like, no, like,
Because you
not having
can't
this one.
celebrate it.
You can.
Go on then.
You just did. You
Do it again.
No.
Sorry. Good.
Go
Well
on,
done.
Bruno. Hey,
Bruno Fernandes
something
with
about
the goal.
raffles and tickets.
Captain's goal there from Bruno
What's he,
Fernandes.
why do you think he's scooping that out to save it? Like, bro, it's blatantly over the line. What are you
What was the
doing?
name of that Villa keeper that scored that own goal from the throne against Birmingham City?
Was it Brad Friedel? They
Oh,
want
no,
Brad Friedel.
I know what you mean. I can't remember who it was. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
sorry.
Manchester United won Aston Villa. Similar score line and time to the last game. Interestingly enough,
Good for Bruno to get goals. He had
Yeah.
a little stick on it,
yeah, yes.
Bruno.
Sorry to everyone for being so subdued there.
No,
I just think like
I get it. Do you know what, right?
Yeah.
I feel your pain because remember when we played Chelsea? I think you was there, beaten 4-0 at the beginning of the season a few seasons ago. Remember Marcus goes through for like I think the third or the fourth goal.
Third.
And he's blatantly onside, right? But my eyesight's shocking. And I was so eyesight, exactly. So used to VR. I gave like a bit of a subdued celebration because I was like waiting for the. I thought, oh, is he offside? Everyone's like, no, he's not. It's like he's onside. But then you don't.
Yeah,
that's
but
the thing.
the issue is right with VAR inside the ground as well. You don't know what's going on.
No, that's
It's
it.
at Old Trafford.
There's no
'cause I
big
didn't know.
screen.
No.
It's
And I was
just like
thinking because all I saw was him beat the offside.
robot
trap.
voice. VAR check in
Yeah.
progress.
Awful, innit? Honestly. It made me laugh the other night against Villa when everyone was slagging off VAR, and then we had that VAR check and it disallowed the goal.
Get it. Loved it. Always loved it. Always
I
loved
love it when the away fans go mad because they've scored, and then it's like the VAR check, and then it's just like a loud chorus of boos from that section of the ground, and it gets ruled out, and everyone goes.
Cavani's
Yeah,
well
Mings
onside
is playing
anyway.
him on side, isn't That is poor as well from Mings.
Terrible from the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
That's even better. The fact that he's trying to scoop it out of his goal.
It's like he's
Go on, I can get that.
You can get that. It's only 2 yards over.
It's like your mate on pro clubs not knowing that he's like on the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's usually quite good, isn't he, Martinez?
Well, I don't know if he's still living up to the reputation of last season, but he has been good.
Because that is absolutely
but that's just
abysmal.
terrible. That's Roy Carroll, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
No offence to Roy
Taibbi.
Carroll.
Taibbi, yeah.
But Roy Carroll.
Roy
did
Carroll
one,
was
didn't he?
scooping it out of his goal,
Yeah,
but Roy
that's
Carroll
the
got
scoop.
away with it.
Yeah, he did. That's what he was thinking. Roy Carroll did it. I'll do it.
It's one of my favourite saves ever was Roy Carroll. You know, in the semi-final against Arsenal, 2004.
This is better.
That was so good.
Go on, Anthony.
Keep going.
Oh, the worst one was Bartes against West Ham, where he just stuck his hand up for offside.
Still can't watch that. That was
Mac
one,
has- Mac- I
that was
think
one
me
of
and
the
Mac have had this
defining,
argument.
most sad points of my childhood.
Like,
That was 2000, wasn't it?
He sticks up for. That was 2001. That
2001,
yeah.
yeah.
He sticks up for Bartes.
It was in that like silver Vodafone goalkeeper shirt. Yeah.
Awful.
And then he just last second.
Do you remember him
puts his
against
arm-
Arsenal as well, where he threw it to Thierry Henry and fell over?
Was it Wilsold as well that he was responsible for? When they
You
won
just
the,
get it, like-
when they won the league in 2002 and they won it at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And he just dropped the
That,
ball.
to me,
should
right,
have won that
sums up how good we were and how good Fergie was that Bartes won a title with us. Because he was just awful.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind, it felt like that was the answer to our problems.
And-
He was the World Cup winner, the best goalkeeper in the world. Like, brilliant. Sign him, no problem. And he's just all
And he's
over
one
the
of the few
gaff.
goalkeepers I've ever seen where he genuinely felt short watching him. Like he used to just do that when we just got chipped, and like he just it feels like I don't know, maybe because they had short sleeves on.
Yeah.
But he always felt like a tiny man in goal.
Great tackle.
And Bosnich wasn't great either.
No. It was weird with Bosnich because again, these all made sense, these signings, because he was good at Villa. He'd been at United before.
Yeah, but
still
didn't he have like
relatively young.
underlying like gambling problems as well?
I mean-
Didn't-
What are you doing?
Man! Fred's first touch
Shit.
letting him down and giving the ball away 20 yards out. That's the fucking problem, isn't it? It's like a pass straight to him and his second touch is a tackle. That's no good at all. Like, we played out quite nicely there. Elanga played it inside. Matic plays it up.
Alanga's looked good so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tellez is fucking injured now. I don't know what's up with him. I don't know what's going on there.
I think Fergie admitted that Bosnich was a mistake actually in his book.
He didn't like him, did he? Like, he didn't like his attitude and everything. I think so. He obviously going through some stuff.
Doesn't take much admitting, though, does it? That Bosnich was a mistake. I think we could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a good first spell. Like
Yeah.
when he first started playing for the first 18 games, or whatever, he was all right. And then
It was
he
like
just
Taibbi got man of the
faster.
match against Liverpool before the Southampton game.
Yeah, but he had a stinker against
Yeah.
Chelsea as well, didn't he? After that,
Yeah.
people forget that man of the match game against the Scousers at Anfield.
It's a weird game. Was it like 4-2 or something like that?
The Liverpool one, I thought it was. I can't remember. You know better. I thought it was 2-1, but you
Might be, I don't know.
But I remember against Chelsea, he was poor.
So it was that weird shirt United had that was like dark blue with the white, like the sharp view cam up with the white, the horizontal pinstripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think your favourite United goalkeeping performance?
Performance? Oh, that's a good question. Let us know in the comments as well. Favourite Manchester United goalkeeping performance? See, the problem is, for me, a lot of my Schmeichel memories are from videos.
Yeah.
So you don't
Schmeichel at St James's is probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
He was just unbeatable that night. He was ridiculous.
That save against, was it Inzaghi, the header, where he's like just a big star.
That was better by far.
And he
That was
sort
a
of,
decent
palms
ball.
it out of the goal.
Yeah,
But again, most of the Schmeichel stuff
There
is from video.
was that save in that UEFA Cup as well that was against, was it like Rota Volgograd or someone like that where he made that good save? Yeah.
I mean, De Gea versus Everton, obviously,
Yeah.
is a classic. De Gea versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
De
It's a
Gea versus
classic.
Arsenal. Spurs as well, he had a good one, didn't he? When
Yeah.
Marcus got the winner.
I mean, some of the Van der Sar ones were... But again, Van der Sar never had 12 save games. He just
Van der Sar
didn't- it just
made
didn't
things look
happen.
easy. That's what I love about
Yeah.
him. He doesn't
It's
get enough
hard
credit
to
for it
say.
because he read the game so well.
Yeah.
He just stand there
Like
and catch
Carrick.
it rather than doing an Aaron Ramsdale.
And the thing is, Van der Sar was in his 40s and he was still playing for United as well. That's the mad thing. Like, he didn't retire until he was, 40, 41?
Yeah. It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tim Jones says, is it me or do we play with a higher tempo when Dallo and Tellez are playing? I've not put those two things together. I think they're playing a bit better today for sure, but I don't know if it always seems to be the case that when those two play,
We
play with higher
looked
tempo.
lively, though,
Tellez
haven't
has
we?
started
Sellers
well,
has started well, and I also think Cavani and Elanga have looked lively.
though. Back to the goalkeeper.
You forget the games under Fergie that United would win like 1-0 that'd win the title with because of performances from people like Van der Sar when someone like Hernandez would score in the 70th minute and that sort of thing.
Yeah, against like Blackburn and Bolton and those sorts of games where you just just 2-1s and 1-0s and stuff.
Yeah, there was a few like when we won the title in like '99. There's a few ones where we just sort of carved out a result, and I think it was away at Charlton. One was a late winner from I think it was York. There's a few. Yeah, I remember Berbatov, I think at the Reebok getting us obviously many years later getting a late winner when it was an awful game.
The post and crossbar performance in the Nou Camp in '99. It was an imperative performance, that one, wasn't it? De Gea versus Everton 2015. Yeah, that's when we're talking about De Gea Arsenal. De Gea versus Liverpool. That was a good one. Remember that save with his foot? Yeah, that was fucking like from
or
1
against
yard out.
remember against City away in the season where we beat them 3-2 when United came back 3-2 up and he made like 2 or 3 really good saves at the end.
Yeah, the one against Juan Mata, that save against Mata's free kick. I don't remember the full game in terms of that performance, but a lot of De Gea stuff. But again, Van der Sar never had to make... Well, he did occasionally, but he didn't have those games.
That was what I liked about Van der Sar. He'd have nothing to do for 89 minutes.
Didn't Van der Sar set the record or something for like most consecutive clean sheets?
Clean sheets, I think it was. In a row.
See, I always think... My instinct is always to say 13, but then I always think, no, I get surprised by it was more than I thought, so it probably was 14.
It was someone like Blackburn that broke it.
Yeah.
Still annoys me that Vardy's got Van der Sar's record as well. Most games scored in a row.
David Bentley, he was a weird player, wasn't he?
He scored actually against us, didn't he? Remember that? Yeah. For Blackburn. Didn't he he retired, didn't he, from football at 28 or something? He
went to like Ibiza or somewhere like that. Yeah.
It was weird. I think that's always the thing of like certain players on their day can produce a performance.
Blackburn under Mark Hughes.
Thing of consistency that makes you
with
stand
Santa
out.
Cruz as well. They were a good team.
Yeah.
He was a good player, Santa Cruz. Well, he got like 20 plus goals, didn't he, when they went to City?
He never did anything.
Yeah. Koff Mike says, when did Fred learn a final ball like that? I mean, he's got it in him occasionally. The one to McTominay the other night was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's just not like you said. The difference is consistency, isn't it? And he's not consistent with it. But so far, I'd say a better start from United. Not just the goal, but we look quicker in possession, and we look like we're playing with a lot more energy, which is pretty crucial. If you could have one Villa player, who would you have? Or would you have any? Think any would get in our style?
I know he's not here today. Maybe McGinn. Maybe. Don't know.
I like that Trezeguet fella.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about him. What's he do?
Well, what do you mean, what's he doing?
What's he good at? What does he do?
Playing football.
Right. I'll take him.
Yeah.
Zachary Purvis.
He's not as good as the other Trezeguet, the one that won the Euros with
David
France.
Trezeguet.
That golden goal. Was it Euro 2000, I think?
Yeah, it was.
Did he win the World Cup as well? Was he in that squad?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he might have been a little bit too young.
Yeah. Zachary Purvis with the super chat said, Elanga is showing why some of these older lads need to be dropped for youth. He's everywhere so far. Got to start using players with something to prove. That does go back to Rangnick's sort of fucking Fred, you twerp. That does go back to some of Elanga's...
It's a very FBP insult there.
Yeah, very Tracy Beaker. Go back to Rangnick's sort of philosophies at Red Bull.
If anyone actually said the word cockwomble in person, you just
I hate
such a
cockwomble. and when we shouldn't say the final word of it, but Thunder Sea is just as bad. Yeah. Absolutely awful. But Rangnick liked to do that at Leipzig and everywhere, didn't he? Get rid of the older players, bring in players on the first or second contract. Do you think he's going to end up doing that here? I know he hasn't got the same amount of time, but influencing the structure.
Possibly. Would you be against that?
Well, not if it works. Yeah. I know that's just obvious, but I can see why it might work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Teams who win the big trophies don't tend to do that, do they?
No, they don't. You're right.
I'm not sure he's going to be given that amount of sort of flexibility and trust as well at United, because as we've seen with other managers, even though he's being moved into this consultancy role, and Richard Arnold said he's going to, leave more of that football side to him, there's still going to be obstacles in the way in terms of he's not going to have full control.
No. It's just, who knows what consultant
and when he was at Hoffenheim and Red Bull, it were basically just clean slates to start with, and they said, you know what you're doing. They just gave full control to him, basically, and he was allowed to just get on with it, so...
Yeah. He obviously isn't going to get that at United, is he?
And those are almost like strange clubs as well, because he basically started from scratch with them, in a way. They're just not as established as United are.
No, we haven't got the option of being shit. I know we have been, but you can't accept that you're going to be shit for 3 years in a row.
No.
You have to be sort of fooled into it like we have been for the last 10 years, but at least with a veil of we're going to win something this season. Where Rangnick said it's going to take 3 years to rebuild this, but for the 20 years after we'll be good. I don't think the board would accept that. No. I don't think the fans would either. Like, imagine him saying that. Oh, so we're just going to shit for 3 years.
Yeah, you're going to have to be
It'd be
patient.
gone.
All right, good luck with that.
You're going to lose another Europa League final again.
Yeah. We don't mind being patient as long as we win stuff along the way.
Oh, here we
That's
go.
a great cross.
Oh.
Greenwood.
Mason, I thought he could have made that.
Yeah, he'd work. Cavani just misses it, doesn't he? Good cross. Who's that cross by? Great cross from Tellez. Good run from Cavani. Good cross as well. He just don't get a toe on it. And then Mason, the goal is
I think
just
he's waiting
right
and
there.
he's
isn't
waiting for it to drop for him.
Yeah.
What's your favourite United game at Villa Park?
The Van Nistelrooy FA Cup one's got to be up there. Oh, obviously the 99 the semi-final.
Yeah. Cavani's down holding his ankle. That's not good.
There was another one at was it 04, the semi-final against Arsenal, that was at Villa Park as well.
That's the one. Is that the one I'm on about?
No,
the one where Roy Carroll made that save.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think the semi-finals lost a bit of the magic when they got moved to Wembley.
Yeah, and I agree.
Definitely.
But then, because it spent so much money on it.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because he went to Wembley and. Oh yeah, because he went. The 99 was a replay, wasn't it? That's why I was at Villa Park. Sorry. Yeah, because I remember my first semi-final was at Wembley in '94.
Back in them days, you just would have had another replay as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Just infinite replays. What's the most FA Cup replays that a single tie has ever had?
I think it's something like 8 or 9 or something
Really?
like that.
So if anyone knows, let us know
it
in the
was-
comments.
Get in the
I
comments.
was listening to it on a podcast the other week. I think it was Arsenal against someone in like the late 80s. It would have been, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Tim Jones with a super chat. If a new manager comes in, won't it be weird with him and Rangnick? Surely Rangnick will have something in his mind of how he sees the team and how they should play. Yeah, he will do, but presumably the new manager that comes in will have to fit that criteria as well.
Sorry, you're right. There's no question of a foul there.
I wasn't watching.
Like, if he slid, missed the ball and took out Cavani,
yeah.
why is that not even a discussion? It doesn't even like
Because
checking it.
Cavani didn't have a shot. It doesn't get talked about, does it?
Like, he's obviously gone into it because he's done his ankle.
Yeah.
And both of them missed the ball. So I don't understand why that's not a foul.
No.
Or it's not even remotely being debated.
It was Averill Church and Oxford City in 1971.
Can you get closer to the mic?
Averill Church versus Oxford City in 1971, where they played 6 matches in 17 days.
Fucking hell.
6 matches in 17 days.
It's a flawed system, that, isn't it?
That's nonsense, isn't it?
6
Come on,
matches.
let's have it right.
What,
Who's involved in that?
What round was that?
3rd round.
Really?
Yeah.
Averill Church, good lads. Go on then.
Oh, that's
Is
quality.
that Mason? Keep the ball. Good stuff. Slightly overhit it, but Bruno's got time.
Play him in. Oh.
Good stuff by Mason there, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Cavani's back on the pitch, by the way, in case anyone was wondering if he was injured. Heavy touch from Matic. Play it forward. Yeah, Shaw's not stepped it up, has he, since when in those couple of games he came back?
He had.
It looked like he was
he
gonna-
did okay later on against Wolves. I think he
Yeah.
made a good clearance, but in the first half, especially, I don't think he was very
Yeah,
good.
Arsenal against Liverpool in 1980 was 4 games in 3 days or something like that. Yeah.
Fred with another underhit pass a second ago there, back to Bruno losing the ball. He just can't pass, can he?
It's
insane.
Yeah, it's weird because I was kind of warm to him a little bit, Fred, during that difficult period, because there's some things I like about him. I like the fact he gets stuck in. I like the fact that when it kicks off, he's there. I like the fact he has put in some performances as well, obviously, but it's just this thing of putting you under pressure all the time. You've got to get rid of that in his game.
Yeah, yes.
So this is what you get, Joe, when I'm on the channel. Do you remember last time when I informed you about the 2007 J-League season?
I do remember that, yeah. What happened again? The winning team got like 37 points.
There was something ridiculous, like 5 points in it, but it was like a 7-team title race on the last day of the season or something mad like that, yeah.
Those are the days, eh? 2007 J-League.
Yeah, vintage J-League.
You used to have that though in the Premier League, like back in the day, where there'd be like 6 teams on the final day that could get relegated. Like, you know what I mean?
Stuff,
Like,
yeah.
and it does that thing at like at half time. It looks like Reading, Sunderland, and
Sky used to do it,
Ipswich
used
going
to
down or whatever.
Survival
and
Sunday.
then-
Yeah.
and then it'd be like it's all changed, and then there'd be a
3
last
other
minute goal
teams.
or whatever.
West
And you get all
Brom.
the pictures of the fans celebrating.
Go on, Anthony.
Go on.
Oh, he's
Referee!
gone down. I don't think he's going to give it, is he? But
Well,
Cavani's
doesn't
picked it up. Put across it.
Someone should be there.
Good stuff by Elanga, though, driving past his man.
There was in that Brian Robson thing when West Brom stayed up in 2005. Didn't that, like 3 teams have to lose for them to win or something like that?
Yeah.
The Great Escape. Hold on.
Also,
Much better from United, by the way, so far.
Isn't that the debut album by the indie band The Rifles as well?
What's
I
that?
think The Great Escape.
Knowledge.
The Rifles.
Oh, what's that?
Poor. It's Teller's not having a right foot, so he's using the outside of his left foot.
That
and
is awful,
Making
that,
an
from Alex Telles.
inaccurate pass. The amount of times we misplaced 5-10 yard passes.
That's.
I don't think I've ever seen a United team as bad
You
at
must
it
be
as
so
this team.
frustrated for Ralph Rangnick because you can't just blame the manager for that.
No.
If your players can't play a
Like
simple
there's a
pass.
pass on, they tried to make it, they couldn't make it. Oh, that one to Bruno from Fred, like he makes it to him, but because it's so slow, Bruno's got 2 players closing him down as it gets to him, and you lose the ball.
Yeah, it's just not good enough.
Have you got a favourite shit soccer AM band like The Rifles?
That is a soccer
Yeah.
band. Yeah.
Maybe not that standard. I used to like Pigeon Detectives.
Yeah,
and all
that sort of thing. Indie Landfill, I
But
think.
they were
it's
pretty good,
referred to
though.
as. Pigeon Detectives.
They were
are
at V
crap.
when I
No, they
first
weren't
time I
crap.
went V.
You weren't
for
there,
the-
mate.
No, they're crap.
You were
I
4
don't-
years old.
I
How
don't-
do you know whether they're crap or not? How do you know what effect
Because
they had on
I-
popular culture and young men of the time?
Because I can listen to it and
yeah,
I
you
can
can
say
listen
that
to it
it's
now
crap.
when it's not relevant. Of course you can.
Because it's crap
Not
music.
crap music.
Get involved in the comments in the chat. Let us know whether you think the Pigeon Detectives was.
And it's a
crap
shit name
music.
as well.
Yeah, it's a shit name.
Yeah.
Not arguing that, am I? So 2 different points. You know.
Probably like Razorlight as well.
Well, we
Probably
Have we
did
got-
like Razorlight as well, yeah, because they were pretty good, actually.
Razorlight did do some good songs.
Yeah, they did some
They
great
4
songs
good
in the
songs,
morning.
didn't
Got
they?
one of the best lyrics in it of all time.
America.
One of the best, most thoughtful lyrics of all time. I met a girl. She asked me my name. I told her what it was. Now that is a great lyric. Sums it up. She was there. She wanted to know. She found out.
So in the morning, America. What was the one? Golden Touch.
Golden Touch. How about Somewhere Else was a pretty good song.
Rip It Up.
I don't remember that one. I only like the first album.
Yeah, they did a couple of good ones, but sort of fizzled out, didn't it?
Johnny, yeah, he went.
He did a solo album that bombed, didn't it?
Yeah, I read like.
I don't like that they were called Indie Landfill either. So disrespectful.
Sorry.
Disrespectful to call them that.
Well, I think it's disrespectful that other bands weren't given the same coverage that they were, but because they wore jeans and were white, they got the front page of the enemy. But,
Like who?
like shit bands like the Pigeon Detectives.
No, who should have been given it?
Well, actually, other bands that were from
Oh,
the
other
underground.
bands!
No,
Other bands that I
they
can't
wore-
name, but certainly had
That's
more
why.
They
value.
wore jeans and were white, so they got on the cover of NME. It might be my favourite quote ever from James Young. I
And
love
also,
that.
I'm not the enemy. I didn't like them because they're on the front cover of the enemy.
Can we get to 2,000 likes? We got to 1,000 likes. What are we on likes?
1,000 and something, I can't see.
Right, let's get to 2,000 likes. Yeah, if we get to 2,000 likes, United will score another goal. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Listen, I told you if we get to 1,000 likes, we'd win.
Yeah, Razorlight were good. Pigeon Detectives, decent. You know.
probably like Reverend of the Makers as well. Don't
I
you?
didn't really like them, but I did go and see them. They had a couple of good songs.
I don't know either.
Just be like everybody else, as he
Right.
famously sung.
Yeah, exactly. And that was about other people.
Go
not
on,
about their
Diogo.
friends. Anyway, Before I Fall to Pieces, great song. Thank you.
Great ball.
More like Razor Shy, according to Molly, so
But-
balance.
Why would you leave the Libertines to form Razorlight?
Because the lead singer of the Libertines was having a difficult time.
Is that what happened? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Johnny Burrell was in Libertines and
Right.
left to form Razorlight.
Probably did
So you're going to
himself
say the
a
Libertines
favour.
weren't good now as well, are you?
No, the Libertines are good. I wouldn't go and see them live.
To be
because
fair, though,
the fans
like-
are knobheads.
Because you don't support drugs.
Yeah, because I'm not a Chelsea fan, and I'm also not a huge supporter of that sort of subculture.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's the fan.
referee!
That's a booking. Got to be a booking there.
Jesus.
Block Party, another good one.
They are actually quite. They are. I don't mind Block Party.
Oh, really?
FIFA band though, but yeah.
No, they're not a FIFA band. They're a good band. Anyway,
All right,
Paul-
name another. Right, that they did have that tune though that was big on FIFA. I've forgotten which one it was now.
Yeah. Helicopter.
Yeah.
Good. Paul Madison, if you lot could have had a professional career with a few seasons spent at United, what era would you have spent and in what position?
I'd have gone 99 to 2000.
So you get 3 years.
2000, well, 99, 2002, whatever, or 2001.
Yeah.
So the Yap Stam era.
Yeah.
And I'd have probably gone.
What position would we lacking slightly? Maybe left back.
I
Or
won't lack in
if
terms
you're
of
shit,
first team, but
you
it's
just go
depth,
as, do like a Minuccio basically, and just feel like a competition
but
winner
see,
and don't
striker.
play. Yeah.
Come on now and again.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're a striker, you're being put in 5th place.
It's
That's
fine.
why I'm saying if you
Alright.
go left back, you could get a few games when anyone playing.
Ooh.
Effort.
Obviously, good touch. Greenwood.
Oh!
Just wide. I'd go. That 2008. That
2007 to 2010.
Yeah, I'd have those 3 years, and I'd be. Oh, where would I be? Where would you get the most games? That's what I'm trying to think.
Fabio managed to get a few at fullback.
Yeah, I think you could probably maybe a couple at striker. You know, I know that sounds stupid, but what?
Well, United signed Berbatov because they didn't really have
Yeah,
that
I
sort
reckon
of position.
striker. I reckon when Ronaldo and Rooney having a rest.
Yeah, you got to remember, like, when
That's how.
Makeda, when did he come on? Is that
2012?
That was 08-09.
Oh,
yeah,
was it?
that's what I mean. Like, is that during that period he got a game? Like, Welbeck was getting games
That's
around
what I'm
that
saying.
time, wasn't
Zaha was getting game. Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but that was towards the end of Zaha because he had loads of injuries,
but,
didn't he?
It was, but what I mean is he was still in the squad. Like, that's who you're trying to get in ahead.
But I think his last season was 07-08.
Yeah.
He didn't. He wasn't.
Got injured, didn't he, in the warm up against Portsmouth? He
didn't play in the. Well, he wasn't included in the squad for the Champions League final, and then.
I think that was when Fergie had enough. When he's like, you just can't rely on this guy. He's just injured all the time.
Shame though. I actually like him. Viral Chavda says, "How are we playing? We're playing pretty well actually.
Been quite an open game, hasn't it?
I would say this is our best performance under Rangnick so far.
Other
than the Palace.
In a parallel universe, if Zaha didn't get injured as much, it could have been Rooney, Ronaldo, and Zaha. Because in the 2006 League Cup final, that was sort of Ferguson building that team again, and Zaha played over Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, it's good one.
I always felt sorry for Van Nistelrooy in that game. He didn't even get on, did he? We were 4-0 up. So obviously they'd fallen out. I just thought it was a bit of a crappy way for it to end.
Yeah, it was a shame.
And it was against Wigan as well. It was like, you know.
Yeah. What are you doing now,
Trying to
Sellers?
scoop the ball out there. Thomas Dickinson said he'd have played 93 to 96 when all the legends were there.
Yeah, but then it's a bit.
Surprised you didn't say that.
Do you know what? That era was the most entertaining.
Yeah, and you could have got blasted.
Like I was
afterwards.
watching the Wimbledon game the other week, United versus Wimbledon at Sellers Park, and it was just a scrap. Like, just fighting.
Get
basically.
stuck in and then have 8 pints
Vinnie
afterwards.
Vinnie Jones did about 8 challenges that would have been red cards in this modern era before he got booked.
But then, if you were crap, you'd have to put up with Eric Harrison then, and that wouldn't be good, would it?
No, he was ruthless,
Yeah.
brutal man. Like he would definitely get cancelled now.
Yeah.
For the way he spoke to people. Right, hang on a minute. Who's he booked here?
Matic, it is a booking.
Oh, is it? I was about to say.
He just drags him back.
Yeah.
Danny Ings goes down easy, but you know, he's not going for the ball, is he? There.
Yeah, there was that sort of culture of sort of youth team players sort of bullying each other. I think it was a bit actually strange in hindsight. Like,
Well, he sort of put a stop. I know it was bad everywhere, but I think it was at the place at Stoke where, when he investigated it, it was like this is like basically abuse, and it's like this is not okay because they used to encourage it, didn't they, as like character building, and now it's like, hang on a minute, you're doing what to each
Character
other?
destroying.
No, let's stop that.
That's a good cross. Well done. Well, Fred.
yeah, but that sort of thing used to happen in like the PE changing rooms. Like,
Yeah, be careful.
Oh, so close that he's unlucky there, Mason, because he was away.
Yeah.
there's a kid that I went to school with, and he had his school shoe thrown in the urinal, and loads of people pissed on it.
Oh.
That's mean.
Can I ask you a question, James? Was that kid you went to school with you?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I thought you were going to say, were you one of the ones that weed on it? But
Were
no.
you the urinal?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I'll hold them.
Horrible children.
Kids are horrible, though, aren't they?
Yeah, man. Minging.
Didn't stop it though. I just laughed.
Joined in.
from a distance.
One of my mates ate sick out of a urinal once.
8 sick out of
Someone
it.
else is sick.
That's the most gross thing I've ever heard
For
in my life.
For a tenner.
Oh, for F's sake.
It's not worth it, really, is it?
Watkins there with a
Pass
shot.
back there.
How much would someone have to offer you for you to eat sick out of a urinal?
Who's sick is it? Can I pick?
No, it's just sick. You don't know whose it is.
I was going to pick Daley Thompson.
Obviously.
Some sick out of a urinal. It's got how much? Just a bite.
Just like a pint.
A pint?
Yeah.
No.
Minging, man. Why did you do that for money?
Yeah, 20. No, either 20 or 10 quid.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Was it yet a lot?
I wasn't there. But my mate, he told me the story, and then another night we met one of his mates who was also there, and he confirmed it.
It's like something from like Britain's Hardest Pubs or something like that. It reminds me of that show.
Britain's dirtiest knobheads.
The guys.
It's
who
got
are-
through
Spread out!
There you
That's
go.
better.
Greenwood, have a shot.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought he'd headed that in.
Like the guys that were stapling beer mats to each other's forehead.
They used to do
See,
that
I
when
do
they used
that
to go
for
like one of those
50
reality
quid.
TV shows
Yeah.
where they go following people around and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
drinking around Guildford or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that there was a lot were like there was these lads who were pissing in pint pots and drinking
Yeah.
it.
See that the stapling something to your head. I had a tetanus booster about 6 months ago, so I'd do that for 50 quid. It's not going to go through to the brain, is
No.
it? Not a staple gun. Straight through, pierce the spinal nerve. Go on. He went to press him, and then Bruno just took a bit longer, and he ran away, didn't he? He went, "Oh, don't no."
Can't be bothered.
I think
with that.
actually we dissected part of Britain's toughest pubs on the aforementioned and well-renowned and cult following the Scotty Motti podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. I remember that episode.
Which I still get messages off.
we
people.
we will ride again,
Yeah.
brother.
We are looking good, according to Murphy. I agree.
Yes.
I think we look good. Just repeated what you said.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you have for dinner then on your big birthday, Jay, yesterday? So actually, no,
Right.
take us through your
Party,
birthday. 42, it's a
party
big
food.
one,
Yeah.
because it's a multiple of 8, so we all know it's big, right? What did you do? You woke up in the morning.
Yeah.
Flowers on the bed, breakfast in bed, pancakes across you on a sort of NHS invalid table that goes over the bed.
I just had my usual mush. That's all I'm allowed before 12.
Be mush. What's in the mush again? In it, it's mashed potatoes and cheese.
Vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins. Vitamin tablets. Come on, Jay, have your vitamins.
Oh,
Push him into some dog food so he doesn't taste the tablets.
Piss
Yeah.
bag at the end of
Yeah.
the bed.
Can someone empty me bag? I need to go to work.
Yeah, go on then. So you had that.
Yes. Then the kids all brought me their cards and presents and misses and that. So
They
it was
remember?
nice. Yeah, I mean they
Yeah.
get told, don't they? So
Yeah.
it's not like they physically remember.
Did they get anything
themselves.
good?
Just the usual stuff like dad stuff. You know how it is.
Gear.
Villa?
Yeah, and then came to was there all day when I
Yeah.
did the news and then did the brew.
Do you not get birthdays off at Stretford Paddock? No.
It's not happening here, is it?
No.
He's like, there's no chance.
Don't get himself today.
Yeah, Joe took the day
Yeah,
off.
of course,
my
it's
birthday.
your birthday. I'm having the day off. We'll
Joe
fucking
said,
celebrate.
For your birthday, I'm taking the day off. You're in work.
Surprise, surprise. I'm having the day off for your birthday. Because I like to have birthdays off.
I was like, right, okay.
Celebrate. I was at home celebrating.
Don't get unlimited holidays here.
No.
No.
And then the in-laws and my mum and dad and our kid came round last night. So yeah, we
Just
just
a
had
big bolognese?
Just a party food, really.
Ooh. Fucking hell. Villa
Party
almost got in
food.
there.
Yeah.
Sort of like we're talking.
That's never
That's
a
not
foul,
a foul.
that. He's
That
bought
absolutely isn't a
that
foul.
so soft. Oh,
we're
dear me.
talking like sausage rolls, Scotch
Yeah,
eggs,
that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was nice and chilled.
Straight out the hair,
Yeah,
innit?
to be
mini
fair, I
mini
expect-
cocktail sausages.
You know the
Yeah.
drill. Come
Really?
on.
Buffet?
Buffet food, basically, yeah. I mean, my mother-in-law made a drizzle cake, lemon drizzle cake.
That's nice.
Nice. So yeah, it was good. Nice and chilled the way I like it.
Mini quiche?
There was one, but I didn't have any. I don't like quiche.
Mini Scotch eggs?
I think so, yeah.
Cheese twist.
What's your opinion of
Yeah.
taking food back from a funeral that's not been eaten up?
Oh. Do I know the person?
No.
Oh. No, don't do it then.
Well, yeah, no. If you know the person,
Oh, you
and
said
there's-
no.
No, if you know the person, right,
Right.
and there's food left over,
Yeah.
is it acceptable to take
It
it?
depends how much you're taking.
If
If
it's-
it's what's left on your plate when you finished eating, I think that's acceptable.
Right.
If you go up to the buffet with a Ziploc bag or just an open purse and you're like pouring the
But if
party
it-
rings in,
if it's
that's
ge-
disrespectful.
If it's getting thrown out, then you may as well. It's better for you to eat
How do you
it
know
up
it's getting thrown away?
because you asked before. You go, oh, we're throwing this out. Does anyone want to keep it instead of
Well,
us throwing it out?
obviously if
Yeah.
that's been said,
Yeah.
then it's not disrespectful. Come on. But if you just turn up and be like, oh, it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, what we're doing with this smoked salmon here? If you do that,
It's what he would have wanted.
yeah, it's what we wanted.
As you pile it into your
He
bag.
hated waste.
Yeah.
And he was a generous man, wasn't he? Generous man.
We're just hoofing it here now.
Yeah,
Get
we
a grip
are.
of the
We're
game.
playing
Get
like
a
it's
foot
last
on the
5
ball.
minutes. Villa are
Asking for pressure.
very much in the ascendancy.
Yeah.
It's Snowman says, if you're pointing a staple gun at your head and considering shooting it, I don't think you need to worry about hitting any sort of brain on the way.
Nice.
It's a very
Done you there.
No, I said I won't do it.
No, you didn't.
Oh shit. Josh McCosh, great name, says, not in the Premier, but the 1991 season, so I can win the greatest cup ever played.
Well said. Imagine being there in Rotterdam. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the Rotterdam and Rome? The
song?
The remix of that, which is now insert League One or League Two club get battered everywhere they go.
Oh, rubbish.
It's a terrible chant, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm not a fan of any of them. Sort of. Oi.
So it's like songs you know at the darts, really, isn't it?
It's very dartsy.
Yeah.
Those sports where every time something happens, the same song gets played, no matter what.
Chelsea Dagger by the Fratellis.
Yeah, that's a proper one, isn't it? Hey.
What's the other one that's the darts one?
What? Yaya Toure?
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
They're so good,
No,
so
there's
good.
another
Brigade.
dart one. Fucking hell. How can you not be sick of hearing that 1,000? If I was a darts player, I'd be playing with earplugs.
Do it at the end as well. It's like...
Did you ever go to like Middlesbrough anywhere like that? Back in the day, they always used to see that everywhere, like in the northeast. Why?
And there's a point.
Villa used to play it as well.
Yeah, it's like, what is this
goal
thing?
music?
Yeah,
It
like
felt like everyone in Germany played Seven Nation Army at one point as well. Like, used to hear that a lot. When you watch
Norwich
Bundesliga
City play Samba de Amigo as well whenever they score.
But that's a bit different though, isn't it? Because not everyone's playing that.
Yeah, but still, it's like
I don't like it's
goal
a bit-
music is just terrible.
It's a bit basketball, isn't it?
It's just removing the atmosphere from the ground.
Don't foul him.
They did it at the Euros as well.
That's a foul.
That's a foul,
yellow
referee.
Card, that's a yellow card. He's got to be a booking. Is he not going to book him for that? I don't think he is he? He's got away with that. Stopping a counter-attack and late as fuck.
Was he at City?
I don't know.
That Cooks and Three Burners song, whatever it is, the one that goes duh, 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 na, 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 na. That one.
Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
Probably not a booking, is it?
Yeah.
Was it? I thought so
Douglas
because
Luiz was at Manchester City.
Never made an appearance.
Never made
because
an
when he
appearance.
was getting
He was on
booed the
loan.
other night at Old Trafford, everyone's calling him, giving the usual stick.
That's
but
good, isn't it?
I didn't,
and everyone who was booing him had to either be told why,
yeah, City
or
reject,
look at it on
the City
Wikipedia.
reject thing coming out.
Because no
and
one
I was
remembers him
yeah.
playing
I
for
was like,
City.
I remember him for City.
No.
Yeah. And it was like, okay, he must have been there.
There's loads of rows of seats around me on Monday night. It didn't sell out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, well, I was having the TRA bit. It was
No,
packed,
yeah.
but I'm not surprised me FA Cup third round or whatever it was.
Yeah, but because obviously it's the COP sort of allocation, so you get moved around the ground.
They didn't fill their allocation, did they?
No.
Because you don't for the FA Cup, don't you get like 9,000 tickets?
Well, you normally get the top of the North, Tier 3
Yeah.
North stand as well, yeah.
It's a foul on Langer there.
Or like the top of the scoreboard end, I think. No, I think. Depends. I remember when West Ham played United a few seasons back in the FA Cup, where Payet scored that free kick. They took loads.
Yeah. Like, why? What was he moaning about there, Mike Cash?
Yeah, but because Middlesbrough are playing United, obviously they're going to sell out their allocation because they don't play United as much as Villa.
They've
so.
got 9,500 tickets apparently available. Which is fair enough, isn't it?
I remember when the scouts just took one end and was throwing piss and shells.
Nice.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Greatest fans in the world.
It's like, do you remember the was it Jermaine Pennant that put a tweet out that was like hashtag you'll never walk alone, but then abused Karius after the Champions League final?
Yeah.
Jermaine Pennant's one of the players who just doesn't give a toss, does he?
He went on Jeremy Kyle, I think.
He really did. He was telling all these stories, wasn't he, about what players he used to do.
Yeah.
Like all the games he used to play about, like shining different ladies.
Different ladies.
What's he rolling around there for? Just get up.
Yeah,
Leave him, Malanga. Just
look at
leave
him.
him.
Like he's broke his hip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
Come on.
That's what annoyed me. Was Alanga giving him like, "Oh, you okay?" There's nothing wrong with him.
It's fine.
And the refs bought it because the refs had a word with Alanga, and you're like, "There's literally nothing wrong with him."
Just literally like banging his head on the
Yeah,
floor. 'cause
like
he's so much
grimacing
pain,
like
apparently.
he's just been shot in the head.
Oh.
Get a grip.
Yeah, it's been all Villa last 10 minutes.
Oh,
hasn't
wait.
Yeah. I thought he was going to let us in then.
It could be quite a similar game to the one on Monday, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's feeling like it. I thought I thought for the first half hour we were better.
Imagine the odds you get on United winning 1-0 in both of these games, with both of the goals being scored like inside the first half.
Big odds for us to keep keeping clean sheets, wouldn't it? We couldn't get a clean sheet for loving the money, could we?
Why gambling's amongst game.
For the first chunk of the season.
Yeah, well, United can't keep the ball at all in the last few minutes, can we?
It's annoying because we have these, like, we did it against, like you were saying there, Joe, about the Palace game. Good save.
Yeah, didn't you there? At the
He was
back
part
post?
of that 4-0 Everton loss, I think, was digging it on in the Everton team.
Wasn't he meant to be like the best left back in the league 2 years ago? Or like
I've always
18
rated it.
years ago?
I always thought, whenever I do stuff with Toffee Blues, whenever we play Everton.
Plastic fan.
Whenever, what?
Plastic fan.
Whenever I do, when I do like their preview for him, and they always say, like, there's one player that you've rated at Everton. I've always said, like, if you had to have one player, I would say, well, I don't know if I'd have him, but he's the one that I always think he's decent. He's Dinya, and they always rave about him.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tongue twister. Is it Toffee TV that it's called or something like that?
No, it's just like, I think it's called a Toffee Blues. I think so. Go on.
Go on.
Go on then, get up with him.
Why long ago with him then?
Matic takes 5 touches to make the 3-yard pass he could have made before.
You must get some like toffee enthusiasts that must be disappointed when they get confused between the two.
Toffee TV. like someone from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, obsessed with it. Mike TV's a great name, isn't it? I'd love to be called that.
Like Zach Paradise. That's a great name.
Is that a real person?
Yeah.
Wow. Is he an adult star?
It's a good ball, that.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? Go on then, Anthony. Oh, he's cut inside well there. And again. I just left. Oh, he actually might come off, Hippie McGee in the middle.
Konza?
Yeah.
Hippie McGee.
No, I can't remember. The one who's at his hip. Not like he's a hippie.
No. A member of the CND.
I don't know what that means.
the campaign for nuclear disarmament.
Oh yeah, I love that. Love all that. Mason Greenwood, not the best left back in the world there, was he? Just completely letting the ball go past him straight to Luca Digne. I think, is it thrown to United after Constance?
Yeah, when
sorted
Constance had his hip
out?
replacement surgery.
Yeah. Would you have one of them?
If I needed it, yeah.
No, just electively.
Something to do.
Yeah, it's only like
Bored.
Yeah, what you doing this weekend? Just fancy getting a hip replacement.
Fancy getting a new
I'm
knee.
going down there. I don't want to get one on my own. Let's get one together.
Oh, I don't really need
Don't
one.
be like that.
I had one a few
We've got
weeks
them
ago.
tattoos together. Come on, you owe me one.
All right, we'll both get our hips done.
Yeah, there's not been enough shots of Steven
No,
Gerrard
it's like,
looking miserable.
if you
yet.
get a new knee, it only lasts for so long, doesn't it? So you've got to time it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to get it before the next one's going to kill you. Do you know what I mean?
Have we hit 2,000 likes yet? What, Joe?
No, we haven't.
Come on, people.
Come on, let's get
hit
to
that
2,000
like button.
likes.
United are winning. We've got a clean sheet so far.
Yeah.
If you get us to 2,000 likes,
We'll definitely
we'll
get a clean
definitely
sheet.
win.
Who is that? Does anyone know who that is?
No.
Villa player warming up. Well, I say warming up. Just
Well,
took
no,
his gloves off.
he doesn't look like he's very
I've never seen
ready to
someone
come
look
on.
less
Yeah.
arsed about coming up.
Like, that's like Tevez for City when he didn't want to come on.
Just picked his gloves, and then
Yeah,
just stood
like,
there
come
with
on,
hands
you
in his
could be
pockets.
coming on
Do
here.
you think,
Drafted.
like when players are ready to come on and like you've got coaches showing them like slides and stuff, do you reckon they pay any attention
No.
to it? No.
Absolutely not.
I never rate that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of it is like you have to do it and it's set piece stuff in it and like or whatever, but like no.
Rubbish.
Or players passing notes to each other on the pitch as well. That's an interesting one as well.
Unless it's literally like
Yeah.
play left wing, play
Yeah,
centre.
yeah.
Like if it's a positional thing, maybe. But like,
Even then, like go and tell him to go on the left.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to give him a piece of paper?
better, innit? And then sometimes they eat the paper.
Do you ever reckon like you might be like just tempted to just write some nonsense like go give it to him and he opens it and goes, your mum's a knob.
Your mum's a knob.
Like in the middle of the game.
And then the coach like, that's the one. Your mum's a knob.
Yeah.
No, but like, so when I used to play football, to like put people off, like when people were in the wall and stuff, you get people go up to like players on the other team and go like, "You stink, your breath stinks," like that sort of thing, just to sort of get in their heads. I wouldn't do it, but it would confuse you a bit. If you were like stood in a wall and you got someone conscious and your breath stinks.
He's like, oh mate, that was like, is it Costa used to do stuff like that, didn't it?
Anderson as well.
Yeah, he did that, didn't he?
Do you remember when Anderson just made those faces at, was it Chesney?
Yeah, in the 82.
Yeah.
Did the trick that.
Not worked.
Yeah. Should bring you back for it.
Should make him the new set piece coach.
Couldn't do any worse job than Eric Ramsey's doing. He literally couldn't be any worse.
Sad, really, isn't it?
Yeah. 100 corners, no goals.
It's
Like,
not a good ratio.
how
It's not
is
even a
that
ratio, is it?
thing?
Does he not have like targets that the club have sort of given him?
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
If you can get to a goal every 200 corners, we'll be happy.
He's like, no goals from set pieces. Is that what, defensively or offensively?
What was that, De Gea?
And
Bloody
they
hell.
went, you know. Look at that.
West Ham versus Leeds. There's one.
Oh, fucking hell.
Absolute horrible fans derby, innit? Hey, Jesus wept.
Yeah.
Euston Station's going to be a nice one tonight.
Horrible fans.
It is,
derby.
isn't it? It's like an EDL rally.
Yeah,
Hey.
they might get on. One of the few ones where they all just go for a pint together.
That'll
Talk
be-
about,
there's
talk
another
about the
corner.
good old days.
Yeah, hey. For it all got ruined. All these foreigners.
It's been too sanitised now. Bring back fighting.
Yeah, bring back the Empire.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
At least you're not part of that woke brigade.
Yeah.
Corner to Manchester United. Corner 101.
Too many
I believe.
snowflakes now.
Yeah,
exactly.
this is it.
Speaking of snowflakes, meet you in the toilet. That's what they say, not me.
Just take the corner.
Absolutely
What-
miserable.
what does that achieve?
Fucking miserable corner.
Nothing.
That. Quick 1-2, and then just chip the same bag of
I
shy
don't
into the
understand
near
how
post as he would have
crossing
done
it
anyway.
into the box.
What is that?
And now De Gea's got it.
Bruno just wants to wait for half time now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants his oranges.
We're playing. We're time wasting, guys. Thoughts?
As long as they win, I'm not fussed.
Interesting.
I mean,
isn't
time wasting in the first half against Aston Villa is a new low even for Manchester United.
it? It's
I'm
not.
not gonna
It's
lie
not.
to you.
It's not great
Why
though,
is,
is
No.
why is the ref not blowing his whistle yet?
Because they.
And also,
Constance
even
been down
better
for
would
2
be
minutes.
time wasting in the first half if we concede. That would be even worse.
Go on then, find a pass. There you go.
We should still be getting at him.
No, we just want half time.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a good pass.
It's a
that.
great ball.
There we go.
Well, then who's in the box? No one.
That's the worst pass he could have picked out.
Is Villa Park like your favourite away ground then?
It's up there. I do like I used to like the old school grounds like Villa Park, Upton Park.
Hawthorns.
Yeah. No, you know, like
Not Molyneux.
hey, Kenny Miller with the winner.
Right. Half time then. 1-0 Manchester United.
Say that, won't we, so far? I mean, to be fair, away, you expect the home team to come at you. And once we got that goal, they did. It was just a little bit frustrating because for those first 15 minutes, we're all over him.
Yeah, really good.
You know, we
It
got
was-
a few
it was
corners
the
on
same
the
as
trot.
the game on Monday night. To be
Yeah.
honest, United started really strong and it's just sort of dropped back a bit, the intensity.
I just feel like get Elanga on the ball more. He's causing him all sorts of problems. Mason Greenwood's looked lively. I feel like he needs a goal, Mason. I do. I just feel like because his goal scoring record's so good as well. And he's tried up a little bit lately. I feel like
He had one shot, didn't he, from the left hand
I
side?
think
but
he's
that's
waiting
about
for it to drop one in by the
Oh,
time
that
it
one as well.
drops.
Yeah, two. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Then Martinez will come out. And also, for Martinez, when he spilt it through his legs, test him more. Start following, you know what I mean? He's got to be in his head that. And we haven't really done that, have we? He's had one shot where he's had a comfortable save.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's satisfactory is probably my summation of it.
Yeah, I'll get into some of the comments then.
Excuse me.
Seth says, better performance so far today. I
Sorry,
think Alanga and Greenwood have been
Phone's gone
good.
berserk. I presume it was just people.
Just people,
Yeah,
rather than
people.
aliens contacting you or some sort of animal.
Sorry, I think it's just like whenever my phone's going in mad in my pocket, I mean, it's just like match day stuff.
You get scared. 20 Legend says, I want Alanga starting every Premier League game for the rest of the season. I mean, I think that's a step too far just because he's had a half-decent half.
I like that. Like, I want to see him as captain at half time.
Yeah.
Take it off Bruno, give it him.
Yeah.
Start him
And I
every
want him to
game.
start every game until he eventually dies of old age.
Yeah.
every single minute of his
Based
life.
on a good performance in the first half against Aston Villa.
But he has been pretty good, hasn't he, James?
No, he has. To be fair to him, and I think because he's coming into the team where he's got more to prove than other players, because he wants to keep his spot in the team, and because Ronaldo's not in the team as well at the minute, it frees up that extra spot. So I think he's got a lot more to play for, and he's proven himself. And that, I think it proves for other players as well. Obviously, it's a new manager that if you're good enough, then you'll keep your spot in the team.
If you're good enough, you're old enough.
That's true.
But then at the same time, that's kind of a bit flawed, because ultimately you don't want young players to be playing every game, because it actually hinders them in the long term. So this idea that you can't win anything with kids, Hansen was right in a way, because
The thing with what he said, like obviously it's funny and we take the mick out of it, but there's this like narrative that's built now that we won the 96 double because of the class of 92, and obviously they played a massive part in it.
And the class of 92,
we had Keane, we had Schmeichel, we had Bruce, we had Pallister, we had Irwin, we had all these players that had lots of experience of winning titles. Cantona, obviously, who scored like, I think was it 5 1-0 wins where he scored all those 5 goals towards the end of the season. That's what gets you over the line, not as well as the likes of Scholes and Butt, but it's like been sort of around this narrative that they won that almost on their own.
And they didn't all come through at the same time as well.
Gibbs was an established player by the time when 96 came round. And I think, I can't remember, was it Phil Neville who didn't play a lot of the games. There was 1 or 2 who didn't play a lot. But, you know, you have to have a bit of balance, don't you, with that. And I think, to be fair, it's not like we've got a load of youngsters in there. I think, you know, Lang and Greenwood are the only ones at the minute, aren't they?
Matic getting a decent bit of praise in the comments. Thoughts on his performance, James?
Yeah, no, I think he's been good. I think the issue is with Matic especially is sometimes he's almost asked to do too much. And I think as well with United, this is the issue with United's midfield. If United had signed a proper defensive midfielder in the summer, then Matic would be able to play less games and he wouldn't be able to play, you know, every week. And he's reaching an age now whereby he shouldn't be playing every week. So I think the issue is with Matic, he's a good player. And I don't think anyone's saying that he isn't a good player. It's just that he's not ready to play all these games because of how old he is. And he's okay in odd games here and there, but he's just not going to be as consistent as people want him to be.
Yeah. Farouk Al-Mahmoud says, Alanga and Greenwood were beasts. Imagine them with Ronaldo. But that sort of puts a bit of a knock on Cavani, I think, because at least, I mean, as he always does, put himself about a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, this is like, one thing I like about Cavani is there's always this thing in that no matter what, your players should always show desire, should show effort. That's the bare minimum. And then you want the quality and you want them to be productive, whatever. And he always gives you that. Do you know what I mean? He always gives you, like, you can see what he's trying to do, even if it doesn't always work. And it's just fine margins with Cavani. He's had a couple of sort of like the balls come across. There was a one where he almost looked to me like he got took out a bit. I don't know what went on. He just missed it.
The one where Greenwood ended up having the shot at the back post.
Yeah. So it's just these like little fine margins. There was one where I think if he pass nearly comes off, he would have been through. So it's been close, but it's been a decent performance with Cavani. I think he's done okay. Just need to see in the final third, especially. Just need to see that little bit more quality.
It's been a bit frustrating, isn't it, how we've allowed it to follow that pattern from the game on Monday, where we start well, score a goal, play well for 15 minutes, and then slowly just let them get back into it.
It's not as if United don't have bad options going forward either. I mean, there could be 2 or 3-0 up here if they put the pedal on a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing, because when you, stating the obvious, but if you're 1-0 up, the crowd away, the crowd is still behind their home team, they're still giving it. You get another one, it kills it, because the crowd start getting angry then.
Yeah.
And they start getting on the players' backs. And it's just, it makes your life a lot easier for you. Game's obviously more open because they've just got to go for it. So, yeah, it was frustrating because for that sort of, just after the goal as well, I thought, okay, we can get another one.
Yeah.
And then it fizzled out and let them back in the game.
Well, that's what happened on Monday. I mean, in the second half, the 2 goals that Villa had ruled out, it just felt like it was inevitable that they were going to equalise at one point.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. A lot of praise for Alanga. Some people saying that the performances, these are the sorts of performances that Ole was getting stick for, and now praising it. Hypocrisy?
I don't know whether these are the sorts of performances Ole was getting stick for. I mean, this has been a pretty okay performance. I don't know if this came under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Certainly, I wouldn't have been giving him any stick for it.
No.
I think Ole was getting... I mean, he was getting stick off some people for everything. But for me personally, I lost faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I began to realise this wasn't going to work out purely and simply when this season, when it got to like... The Everton game felt like something was going down.
I think after,
also, obviously, the 5-0 Liverpool, I thought this isn't going to work
after
out.
The Europa League final, I think a lot of people lost faith in him. because then I'm not sure he ever recovered from that, really.
No, you're right. I think if he'd have won that, it's a different story. But I can only speak for myself. If this happened under Ollie, this is what we had these types of games. We weren't giving him stick for it. I certainly wasn't.
No. It's not, they've had their chance, haven't they? They had that we've seen it now, the Luca Digne one at the back post, where sort of no one really tracks him. Mason kind of not great positionally, can't cut the cross out, and he has a shot at De Gea's knees. The header one from the corner, that was more dangerous, I thought. The ball just happened to go straight in, but it was a free header 6 yards out. When's the last time United had a free header 6 yards out from a corner? Like, has it even happened this season?
Ball, like Maguire, for example, like he's had a lot of chances from corners where he's a central defender and he should be better at those sort of chances. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, that was particularly like literally on the 6 yard line, heading the ball at De Gea.
But if that was Maguire, he wouldn't have scored that opportunity. He would have just like either headed it behind him somehow or just at the ground like he does.
It's really weird, Maguire gets his head on so many corners for us, like attacking corners, and sort of fails to hit the target so many times. I don't know why they don't just work on him, just hit the target. Like don't worry about placing it wherever or try to get it in the corner. Just get it on target, and at least then if the keeper makes a save, he might parry it to someone else. But like you say, he just seems to always sort of head it wide or high. It's just really I don't criticise Maguire for a lot of things. I know a lot of people don't rate him or whatever, but that is one criticism I got of him. The amount of headers he wins on corners that lead to nothing. It just isn't good enough.
And especially when he's scoring left, right, and centre for England all the time. Yeah. Like he's got like 8 goals for England in like
There's
40
no difference.
games.
If you're heading the ball for England against
it's the
San
same.
Marino, or you're heading the ball for United against Southampton, there's no difference in what you've got to do.
No.
Yet for some reason he can seem to do it for England and at least hit the target. And for United, we see that same thing over and over again where he goes out and he goes like that and he's just thinking, just hit the target. Just even if it's a cushioned header at the keeper, I don't care, just hit that target.
I still think his stock dropped quite a lot after that Liverpool game when he gave that interview and he said, I'm only doing this because I have to as captain.
Yeah. I think there's always been this sort of a little bit of an element of protection around, especially around Ollie and some of the players, from ex-United players, from United alumni, if you will. And yet, Maguire sort of ended a lot of that because a lot of people, I know Keane's had it in for him, but other players, ex-players are going, you shouldn't be saying that as United captain. You can't be doing that as United captain. The whole San Marino thing, fingers in your ears. And what annoyed me about that is not even that she did that. I'm not even that bothered. Just say it with your chest out. Yeah. Say, I was had enough for the stick I've been getting. You know what? I've just scored for my country. I did that. But then to go, no, it was just a knee slide celebration. You're just acting like a wet wipe again. Do you know what I mean? Just say, I've had enough of it.
It's not leadership, is it?
No. Just show a bit of that. And maybe he has been thrust into something that he's not comfortable with. We interviewed him for Full Time Devils just before me and Joe and Macca and Steve took over this channel. And me and Macca went and met him and he was doing this photo shoot for Puma. And I warmed him, I liked him, you know what I mean? I thought he's not like, obviously, a Keane or Brian Robson type, whatever. But he seemed, he did his own work. We did a little quiz of him on Captaincy, United Captains. He knew a lot about him. He said he'd been speaking to Brian Robson quite a lot. He came across as a pretty decent guy. And we couldn't end up using the interview in the end because it was a Puma thing and they brought out a new boot. But I got a good impression of him, that's what I'm getting at. And I think I've always had a good opinion of Harry Maguire as a person and as a player. And I think what's happened the last couple of months for me is there seems to have been a little bit of arrogance that's crept in there, a little bit of why is he saying these things, why is he doing that, which I never associated with him. And I think that bad performances are one thing, but when you start acting a certain way, it turns off a lot of people and you start losing allies. And I think with Harry Maguire now, he just doesn't need to get involved in any of this nonsense and showing off or whatever when you score for England or saying silly comments. He's an intelligent lad. He knows when he's saying something, how it's going to be taken. So I think he just needs to show a little bit more, be a bit more savvy. You know, like.
Well, he's on the bench. Do you think he's going to get back in the team even, or do you think as it stands, as long as Lindelof and Varane are fit, they play?
I think if it was up to the fans, I think Lindelof and Varane or probably Bayard back in the team. It was up to the fans. But I think Harry Maguire will get picked when he's back to his full fitness. Full fitness, sorry.
I think so. I think as well, because United signed him for a lot of money, there's still that whole thing around him of they sort of have to play him in a way, because if they signed another defender for 80 million, I don't know. I think Maguire and Varane is an improvement on Maguire and Lindelof, and I think he plays better when Varane's in the team because he doesn't have to do as much, but I've still not been convinced this season by him.
No.
I think as well, in terms of like managing the squad and managing players and sort of how Ralph Rangnick approaches that. I know he's only here till the end of the season as manager, but he's here as a consultant afterwards. You drop Maguire now, like permanently, if you say, right, my centre-back partnership is Varane and Lindelof, I mean, that's very embarrassing for Maguire in terms of the £8 million player. He was a captain, he's been dropped. Throws a spanner in the works for his England chances in the World Cup if the new manager comes in and sticks with him as well.
Yeah.
Are you going to pick someone for England who's not playing for the club? I know Southgate rates him, but it's a big ask, innit? I just think that is almost like you kind of destroying that player.
Yeah.
I think you're almost going, that player's done here now.
No, yeah, that
and I
player's
don't
fucked.
know if Ralph Ragnick could or would.
Someone
go
in the
into
chat,
that.
Island Narrator, said, get the shit out the food and it would taste good. It not rocket science in block caps. So he's clearly got the answer to all of United's defensive problems there.
Interesting. Maybe he's saying, don't play bad players. Riley says, Matic's concrete touch is exhausting. Was the ball bouncing off him all the time?
I think Matic's been one of our better players. He went on that little run, and what annoyed me was no one went with him. Like, he went through about 4 players. He didn't skip past them, but there was a bit of a gap opened up,
Yeah.
and he ran through the gap, which is just attacking the space, which seems to be a concept alien to a lot of United players. And no one bothered to keep up with him, and he had to stop and wait and turn around. And you think, if more players were on that, we can maybe get that second goal and try and not kill off the game, but make it very
A
difficult
super
for Villa
chat
to
from
get back
someone
in
who's
it.
watching us from the Bath.
Interesting.
From Bath or the Bath?
The Bath. He
Oh, right,
says, I've lost it. Hang
Greetings
on.
from, I've got it here. John B says, greetings from the Bath. And happy birthday, Jay. Happy birthday.
What's
Thank you, John B.
CZK currency? Is that Czech?
If you go put the camera on, I'm just going to put the camera on, Joe. Thank you.
Where are you going? Going to the toilet. Tyler Trimnell says Sancho on knee creativity in the final third. I think we need to hold the ball better. Personally, I know that we've only scored 1 goal, but I think we've made a few chances. I think giving players possession or being able to keep
Corona.
possession would help.
He's from the Czech Republic. The guy said that.
Have you been to the Czech Republic?
No.
Cool.
Have you ever been?
No, I haven't. No.
No, it's a nice, good conversation, this, isn't it?
Well, you started it. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Not me that brought up Czech Krona, was it? DB
It's
Cooper.
supposed to be a nice place, though, Prague.
You've carried right. So what you've done is you've brought up a conversation that neither of us had an anecdote or a story about. You've then publicly declared that it is a bad conversation. You've then, when I've tried to change topic, you've then continued that same conversation. This is not ideal conversation making, is it, James? You can see that. Yeah? You can see that. Right. I'm going to try and change the subject again. And if you say anything about the Czech Republic, you're gone. I hate to say it. DB Cooper. Hi. Says, Joe, Fred simply isn't cute enough to start for United. Now, are Fred's looks a problem, would you say?
I don't think so, no. I think, I don't mind him, actually. I think he's got quite a nice haircut.
Yeah, I think he's got a good haircut. Does his passing's been a little bit lacklustre.
Yeah.
He gives the ball away. There was one where the ball got played into him in the centre of the pitch. Just took too long.
In terms of
they won the
Brazilian
ball back.
midfielders at United, I think he's probably better than Anderson was, I'd say. Yeah.
So he's the best we've ever had.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I mean, Pereira's not exactly. He's not better than Pereira. No way.
You don't think? Really? You're messing
No,
about. We're
best,
joking.
sorry, yeah, that was a slip of the tongue.
Okay.
He's much better than Pereira.
Okay, good.
And he's much better than Anderson. So yeah, he is by default the best.
The
Brazilian
best midfielder we've ever had. Jay, do you think that Fred, off of McFred, in case you don't know who I'm talking about, Jay, do you think that Fred is the best Brazilian midfielder? Actually, I'll extend this. The best Brazilian midfielder that we've ever had at Manchester United.
The best Brazilian midfielder. So it's like, what is it, out of him, Pereira and Anderson?
Yeah. Oh well, if possible, and if we're including him, but
I mean, we're going a bit
Yeah,
far
no,
there.
include him.
yeah.
I don't think it makes a difference.
I think Anderson, because of his 5 titles and his Champions League penalty, is probably still ahead of him.
Champions League penalty. But
A
performance-wise,
20-year-old scoring that penalty with the first touch of the game
Brilliant.
is just unreal. He literally, you remember when everyone's going on about Sancho and Rashford coming on for England? That's basically what Fergie did with Anderson. He brought him on right at the very end of that game. And I think it was more or less his first touch was the penalty. And he just levered it down the middle.
it's a good penalty, wasn't it? Nikolai says, Cavani's first touch is awful. Mason at number 9, Sancho in. Thoughts on Cavani? I tell you the thing with Cavani, and I know he scored 350 career goals. He misses a lot of chances, doesn't he?
He does, and I think you remember you talking about this when we were linked with him. We actually didn't want him at the time. But it's kind of, he's done what he says on the tin.
Yeah.
He's a player who we thought he might miss quite a few games because of his age, and he has.
Yeah.
He does miss a few chances, and he has.
Forgetting
but he does-
Cleberson.
He does score. Oh
Jay
yeah,
speaking.
Cleberson. And he does.
We are actually.
He does score quite a lot of goals anyway, but you know, he's not prolific in the sense of he's a 25 goals a season guy at this level now, is he?
I don't think he is, no.
We've got a chat in here from Aquila Ross that says, there is a souvenir in the Trafford pub from Prague that is from me. Claire was the boss there, asked me to get something for them. So we've got
That's a good bit of trivia.
we've got closure on that conversation now.
Finally we had a conversation about the Czech Republic where you were gone and it didn't go well.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm relieved that I missed out on that one.
It was very poor.
Probably for the best.
Liam McManaman says, it would be nice to see Greenwood and Alanga run at their defence. They're looking really dangerous. I think we are seeing that, aren't we?
Yeah. Is he actually booking him for that?
Bruno's been booked.
That is ridiculous. I thought that was a tackle on it. Or just click.
That is a booking, to be fair.
Yeah, he took the ball.
It's late. It's
and the thing is with Fernandes as well, he doesn't.
There you go. No, he took the ball there.
He doesn't
tackle that.
He doesn't help himself either because he carries on with it as well.
Yeah,
he loves it.
No surprise, he's had 6 bookings already.
I know.
This season.
Yeah, the second half's kicked off for anyone who didn't notice that.
Hey,
Cavani's on
there we
it.
go. Could be in here.
Out to Alanga.
Oh,
good touch. Play it back. Oh, he got past that.
Welbeck used to do that quite a bit.
Cavani's open there. Do what?
Sort of not pass the ball and try and Nani as well.
I can see why I had a shot because obviously it's not a terrible angle, but Cavani's by himself in the middle of the box there.
Nani was terrible for that as well.
Nani was the worst for that. Nani was ridiculous for that. Like the amount of times he did it. The thing is, now you look at his show reel and you look, he's meant because he's obviously show reels all his goals, but there was so many times when he'd do that.
Was that Portugal
if
game?
If he plays that between those two players there, it's not
with Ronaldo, where Ronaldo scored a chip over the keeper and Nani touched it in and it was offside.
I love the fact Ronaldo in that the ball, like the flag goes up and all the flag's about here. Ronaldo's already got his hand on his captain's armband. It's so quick, and he whips it off and throws it on the floor, like almost as though it's so rapid the way he does it. I'm so impressed with that. I'm more impressed with that than I am with the chip.
It's a great goal, that. That would have been one of the best goals he'd ever scored as well.
Do you imagine like how frustrated Ronnie must have got with Nani?
Yeah.
You've got it for your club and your country.
Yeah.
And Nani's obviously like, he's just off his head, he just didn't care. And he must be like, oh my God, I'm like one of the best players on the planet.
So many free
he's
kicks
still
as
shooting
well
all the time.
that he'd just fire into the wall as well, or corners that wouldn't make it past the first man.
Nani was a nightmare for corners. I remember against Real Madrid when he got sent off, and we were trying to get a goal, obviously, I think we were level. And he came over, he took a corner and he came over to the Stretford end and he's giving it all this. And everyone's like, yeah! And he took a corner and it was genuinely the worst corner I've ever seen in my life. And Real Madrid counter-attacked off his corner and nearly scored.
Come on! Matic just giving a foul away there. The linesman didn't give this. Who stood right there, the ref fancied it though.
Remember that Everton game under
It's not a
Moyes?
foul, that's why. He
Where
kicked the ball.
that was his worst performance ever. Where he basically didn't play after that.
Nani?
Yeah, Moyes' last game, Everton away.
Oh, yeah. The
Forget that Nani played under Moyes. Like that doesn't.
I feel
seem
like, I don't. It's hard to say you feel too sorry for him, but Moyes did have a
on!
lot of players that just were no good for him anymore. Like the ones that for Fergie have been doing it week in, week out.
Yeah. Who Fergie just wrung the last bit of quality out of him.
Shit.
It was like
Slinging
some
the
who
ball
were
up in the area,
in that sort of grey area as well, like Chicharito, who wasn't done, but wasn't quite the same. Welbeck had like a bit of a purple patch, didn't he, under Moyes?
Still did quite a few in the Champions League that season.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good save, David De Gea.
That's a big save,
That is
isn't
a
it?
good save. Villa started the second half better. Look, we're literally fucking booting the ball out and then sitting back and then they have a chance and then we boot the ball out. Like, no composure on the ball. We just lose our heads. Like Cavani did it a minute ago. The ball's bouncing. Instead of trying to bring it down, he's just booting it as hard as he can. And for some reason, whenever we do that, Rashford did it a lot the other day. We just boot it straight up in the air.
There we go. See, that's what Lindelof's good at. It's tackles like that on the ground. But if that was a header, he wouldn't have got it.
He's good at reading the game. But that was a much better save than the one from the corner from De Gea. That was a good save. But
He's got his habit as well of letting midfielders walk through us.
Yeah. It's because our midfielders step in. I say it all the time. McTominay and Fred just step in over and over and over and over again. I know it's Matic today, but they're the sort of the main pairing, aren't they?
Here we go. Come on.
That's a good pass. Bit of space as well there, Mason.
Skinny Mason. Should he try and go past him? overrated Tyrone Mings. You run at him, you don't know what he's doing.
He's a bit like Nathaniel Klein, Tyrone Mings. He's one of those players that everyone was linked with when he was like 20, and now he's ended up at Villa.
Yeah, and like, you know, he's got a half decent reputation. And I remember when he came in, remember the beginning of the Euros, he started a couple of games. Everyone was like, oh, he's going to Scotland and Croatia, or wherever it was. And it was like, oh, he's meant as like, he's not. Like, Maguire walks back into this team, and then Maguire comes back in, he's man of the match against Germany.
Yeah,
or
most
star of the
brilliant.
match, sorry, I should say, as they call it now. And it's just like, just a much better player.
Yeah. That's a good cross, good header, Lindelof. They look so much faster and more just quicker than us, don't they, Villa?
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
He's done well at making that.
Just chipped it back into
Do you
the
think
danger
players
there.
actually used to drink the free champagne?
It's a
they'd
bad
get?
ball, that, Matic. What were you thinking there?
Lindelof heads it straight in the air. Oh, come on now, there's got to be a fucking pass on here. Well done.
He's done well there, Mason Greenwood. He's got absolutely zero help from his...
Ollie Watkins calling Bruno a diver there. Apparently Roy Keane said De Gea's back to his best. Fair enough. Probably is.
I mean, I don't think Roy Keane dishes out compliments to Lyle, so...
Especially to
maybe something
goalkeepers
that.
as well.
I mean, he does stand on his ankle. Whether it's a foul or not, it still hurts.
But why does he need to do that?
Anyway. There's the chance again, I think. Good shot near post. He just scuffs it a little bit, doesn't he? If he catches that clean, that's in.
I think, I don't think
He's
he's
shooting
going to
from,
make that one.
10 yards out. De Gea gets to it.
Are you a fan of United's away shirt this season?
Yeah, I think it's alright. I prefer the other one. I prefer the dark blue one.
This is the most dad thing I'll ever say. Looks, me brother got it for my kids, and it looks good on them.
Does it?
Yeah.
Aw.
You know, like,
Yeah, but doesn't everything look brilliant when it's your kids wearing it, Jay? Just gives you an extra lease of life when you look at them. Fred taking fucking for age on the ball there.
honestly, our midfield this second half has just
Yeah.
been worse than ever.
I always piss myself every time you tell me that story about you posting that picture of your kid in a United shirt on Twitter and put United's new sign in, and someone said, no, it fucking isn't.
Yeah, like, I was like, what? That's why I never put, and if you notice, I never put pictures of my kids on Twitter. It's literally, I think it was when, I can't remember, it was my son or my daughter, I can't remember which one it was born, and like, they got like a United baby girl from my mum or whatever. And I just put United's new sign in, and like James was saying, like loads of people were like, oh, you're cute, and then some guy put like, no, it fucking isn't. I was like, what? And I wouldn't mind, it wasn't like, you know, someone with no followers. It was like someone that followed me and had like, you know, 300 followers or whatever, like a
real
actual
person.
I was like, bro.
So serious. Can a person be more serious than that? Calling someone out for putting a picture of their kid in a United baby girl, saying it's not actual real United.
Actually, this isn't, you're lying.
No, it's
Typical
not.
fan
Yeah.
channels.
Show us the contract then. How much was he signed for? Why haven't Sky Sports reported this? Liar.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Sam Z said, Elanga playing pretty intelligently. Hope he makes Rashi sweat for his position. He's playing all right. He's hardly touched the ball for the last 20 minutes, though, has he?
I think we need someone just show a bit of composure.
In the 10 minutes since the start of the second
we're
half.
just hoofing it. And
We've had 25%.
what are you doing?
Possession.
My
Sorry.
God.
Yeah. 75% possession for Villa since the second half started. It happens all too often as well. Though,
Yeah,
really.
it does.
We go through patches where we just can't touch the
And
ball.
then De Gea does that.
just
Do you know what? He took ages on the ball there, De Gea, and then he just rifles it straight to a Villa player.
Yeah,
He had all the time in the world to do anything with it.
I know.
But it was the same under Solskjaer as well. I mean, the Everton game was pretty similar to this, to be honest. The same sort of thing happened.
Yeah. It's like he's just got no one in there. He just can
Look how many-
Bruno now should be just getting hold of this ball. That's what he's good at, and just showing a bit of composure and picking out a pass. And he's not. He's doing the same as everyone else, just running into people.
It's
and
just too easy.
Stepping in
screaming.
again. Everyone's stepping in, stepping in, stepping in.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Has anyone ever jockeyed a player? Anyone ever tried to sort of guide him into a more favourable position? Dalla there.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 50-50.
Committing
Just
constantly,
committing.
committing yourself.
Always
That's it.
committing.
Then.
And there's no one
Nothing
behind
you
him
can
as well.
do.
There's no one backing him up. It's a one-on-one. The thing you don't do is
That.
that, which is basically nothing.
Stepping in, like you just said.
Always
Just
stepping
things
in.
Worse
turns
than
you out.
Phil Neville in the 99 FA Cup semi-final replay. You know, like every time they had the ball on the wing, and he just like it's like the most pathetic attempt to try and stop a cross from
The
going
worst
in.
thing about that as well with Phil Neville is like when he gives away the penalty, he's got the most "I've just given away a penalty" face ever. There's no doubt it's a penalty. You just go, "Oh, I can't believe I've just done that."
What have I done?
Did it for England as well, didn't he?
Was it Romania?
Yeah.
Like he just shouted, "Oh no, I fouled him!"
Yeah.
And then he blows the whistle.
Again, though, what the hell? What are you
that?
doing? That's inviting more pressure.
Yeah.
Stop,
We've been-
stop
we've been
booting the ball at
absolutely
Villa
shit
players
this
or
second
out for a
half.
throw-in. It's not that difficult.
It's like we're hoping that they'll score. Just waiting for him to score.
The only way to get out of this is if we get to 2,000 likes. Have we got that yet?
No, not yet. That'll fix it though.
That'll make us better. It's a fact.
Why is Fred so far forward as well?
Because he's pressing.
But then there's like, see now there's a gap there.
Yeah.
This is the issue.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it looks
Like Fred is our
like Fred
furthest
is.
forward
Yeah,
player.
he's like
Yeah.
our striker at the minute, which is a bold strategy to say the least.
Yeah.
There's now a massive gap where he should be, right in the midfield.
Yeah.
And when the ball gets spilled here, they'll probably find that gap.
So Fred's
There
got
you
to track
go
his
then.
man.
There's
He
that
hasn't.
gap.
He hasn't got on his
There's
man.
the gap that
And
Fred
there it
left.
is.
And he puts it
His
wide.
touch there let him down there,
Yeah.
didn't you? But that you called it and
Yeah.
you called it. The big gap came from Fred being a striker.
Yeah. then
And if you look, he's trying to get back here now, and he's
behind his
nowhere
man the
near
whole
that.
time. And again, he dives in. Like, what? I know he's trying to look like he's trying. Why is he sliding on the
You don't
floor
even,
there?
like, if Dinya, look here now, if Dinya squares this now,
Yeah.
Fred's still the wrong side of his man.
Yeah.
He's not even tried to get on the right side of him.
It's like, instead of pressing, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play as a striker. Because that's kind of like pressing, isn't it? I'm
Yeah.
further up. It's not like activated by passing or positioning or, like, it's not intelligent. It's just, I'll be
Oh my
slightly
God, I
further
can't
up the
cope with
pitch.
David De Gea's kicking.
Yeah. About 6 in a row have gone to their man now. Well done. Come on. Take
on,
a
Bruno.
second on the ball here.
It's been the problem that for a couple of years now, De Gea's distribution.
It's been shocking.
Yeah.
And it was only ever decent. It was never like Edison or someone, was it?
No,
But
no.
it was all right. And then it just, come on, this has to go to a United player.
It's so.
It's hard to control, but he's managed it. It just looks so much quicker than us, don't
Just
they?
always
I
seems
can't
under
believe
pressure.
it. Whoever we play, we get outworked by him. And come on, David, give him
Communication!
a fucking call there.
Oh my days.
Lindelof flicking the ball around the corner because he doesn't know who's behind him. Look, like, how are they just having free headers? Again, just outworked again.
Again, Fred.
Hold on, good
There he
tackle.
is.
No pass on. There we go.
Oh, he's finally put a pass
Go
in.
on, Dolo.
Yeah.
Skinny Mason. It's a corner, that.
Corner ball.
Do.
It's better.
Yeah,
It
better.
relieves a little bit of pressure.
Something's happened at least, yeah.
I mean, that's the
I've
thing
seen it
with,
there for Mason.
with United on the counter attack. There's always going to be these sort of opportunities because of how much pace there is.
Yeah.
And that's what saved Solskjaer, essentially, time and time again, was moments like that.
Yeah, first 13 minutes of this half has been absolutely all Aston Villa, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's been shocking, really, from United. Just look like panicking constantly, diving in, like you were saying, hoofing it away. No one's showing any composure. No one's just putting a foot on the ball,
Look
looking for
scared.
a pass. And there's a big gap in midfield as well. Like Fred going wandering about.
Come on, corner ball. That's decent, that.
Again, though, it's another corner where nothing's really come of it. No. It's just a complete
Come on, then.
waste.
So we're not going to challenge for that.
Again. Oh, here we go.
Alanga, good touch, good couple of touches. Have a shot, lad. Oh, that's close. That reminds you know the Igalo one where he's like trying to
Yeah.
control it for like 3 touches,
Against,
wasn't he,
was it
Alanga?
against Lask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ball's sort of bobbling and he tries to gets it down and never quite has control of it, does he, until there.
Do you follow him on Instagram,
What,
Igalo?
Igalo? No.
He's having a great. His Instagram stories are great.
Yeah,
It's
I used to look when it was United and like the picture of the trees all the time. Or in his pyjamas with his family. I thought he actually won me over. He's
Yeah.
like the opposite of the United players here, where I hate them on social media.
Yeah.
He won me over because of his social media. He thought, oh,
It's just
It's
like
clearly him as well.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
just living his best life and he bless
He's,
him.
he's in Saudi Arabia now, and it's just videos of him with like Nigerian like gospel music on, with him in his like shorts.
Is he still in the? Does he get a game for
No,
Nigeria?
he's retired.
He's retired from international football.
Just earning a lot of money in Saudi Arabia.
Fair enough.
It's a life, innit?
Yeah. He was on big money when we got him though, wasn't he? Where was he? Was it China or India where
China,
he was?
yeah.
China. And he was on like massive amounts of money. But he took a bit of a pay cut, didn't he? To come to us.
Yeah.
Done well there, Cash, didn't he? See that?
Yeah.
Like sliding over the ball and flicking it round.
It's all gone to pot though now in China.
Yeah, they put the salary caps in and stuff.
Go have there.
And one of the biggest...
Go on, Mason, you're in here.
Go on.
Go on, son.
That was close. That was trademark Greenwood, wasn't it?
I thought he was going to score that.
Yeah, me too.
Should he have played in Cavani?
Oh, I don't know. I think he's in his right to have a shot there.
Yeah, I don't blame him
it's
too much.
close.
Bit of a tight angle though, isn't it?
It is, but it's him, innit? That's what he does. I'm glad he's actually gone past his man for
Yeah.
once, though, because he's just been cutting inside for the last few
So
weeks.
close.
If that's 2 inches to the other side of the post, that's in.
Unlucky there. Bit better, though. Like, couple of chances last couple of minutes for United.
This is the thing.
Look
Put
where
a bit
Fred
of
is
pressure
again.
on him. Villa will make
I
mistakes.
don't know why Fred's still pressing so high. Because this is the same problem again.
Yeah, look, no one in midfield.
I don't know why Ralph Ragnick or anyone hasn't told him or realised.
See, look,
This isn't
Fred
working.
still isn't in the shot. Fred still isn't in the shot. Fred still isn't there. He is now coming into shot. Play advantage. Go, go, go.
Oh no!
That's a shit pass.
Did he play an advantage there?
I
The
think
ref?
I don't know if he even did, to be honest. That's not a foul. He's bought that.
Turn!
Right, don't lose the ball.
That's
foul.
a booking.
That's a
that.
booking,
That's
that. He's
yellow
away.
card, ref.
That's the professional foul.
That's a yellow card. He ran into him. That's not a foul. He's trying to buy that. Absolutely
Oh,
not.
behave, you
Absolutely
muppet.
not. He's already leaning forward before the contact's there. Look. Rubbish.
That's not anything.
No.
That's just nothing.
They haven't booked him either.
How was that not a booking when he was
Clear,
away?
it's like proper Fernandinho stuff,
Yeah.
that one, wasn't it? Fred dribbling
You
past
booked
him.
Matic for the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't. Can't keep possession, can we? Just can't fucking pass.
Take this thing
Those
out of the
options-
game. That's just keep possession. Get the crowd sort of on their backs a bit. Instead of just this gung-ho approach to everything.
Yeah. Somehow I ended up watching a highlights video of like Pep's Barca in like 2010.
Oh, God.
And the amount of passes, like
That
that,
is just
sort of
shit.
pass.
Is that
They're just
Cavani
thousands
there?
upon
Cavani,
thousands.
pour that from Cavani.
Everyone could pass it perfectly every single time. And I'm watching thinking, our players can't make these passes 2 times out of 3, let alone 99 times out of 100. It's ludicrous.
How many times today have United strung more than like 4 passes together?
We can't do it. We can't pass. We can't pass as a team.
Oh, you let him go there again!
Easy that, innit?
Goal kick.
I don't know.
Throw in, I think.
Overlap. Was it Cash with the overlap? See, look here, look. Couple of passes to the box. No one's near the midfielder. Easy overlap, and that's, dangerous. See, now look, he's got no pass on. Who's his pass here? He's had to do that with it, which is a good pass, but fucking hell, his only option's a 40-yard pass.
Again, he's lost it. And
Bruno's
Fred's chasing after it, and now he's out of position.
Villa on the ball. That's nothing, is it? What's he playing at there? Bruno down still off the ball. Didn't even see it really, did you?
No.
Maybe he stood on him. I don't know. Was it Louise again? Is he holding his hamstring?
Ow.
Oh.
He stands on him afterwards, doesn't he? He tackles him,
Painful, that.
and then stands right on the back of his knee. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full weight on the back. I don't think he meant it, do you?
I think he did.
This.
City. Of course he did. It should be a red.
Yeah, he stands on the back of his knee though. That'd hurt.
How could you do that by mistake?
Because his legs get caught up in Bruno's legs as Bruno's rolling in front of him. I don't think he meant that. He didn't have enough time. He was really within his stride there. He wasn't like stepping out onto him. I think that was an
here we
accident. Coutinho coming on, warming up anyway.
Still not got 2,000 likes. Come on, people, get us 2,000 likes.
If you haven't liked the video and you're watching, give us a like.
If you're not doing as well, hit subscribe. Put a subscribe link in the chat, please.
Yeah, can we do that, please?
You're not subscribing to the channel, let's subscribe. We're trying to get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and we can do it with your support.
Brian and Elaine says, does anyone actually think we'll sign a midfielder this month?
No.
Keep up the work. Do you not?
I mean, what we're waiting for? What is the plan?
Yeah.
Is the plan to wait
halfway
till
through the month,
January
aren't
the 28th and then sign someone?
Well, that's what we tend to do, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think we've been like kind of linked a little bit with a couple of players.
Yeah.
That is, I don't even know what he's trying to do there. Is that Cavani?
Yeah, I don't know who he thought.
I think if United get a second now, then that'll seal it. There we go. Yes.
Yes! What a goal!
James, you've clearly seen that had gone in. Fucking hell, James.
What?
James gave that away.
What?
James Depper saw that.
I did. I'm
That's it. What are you on about?
You did? If we get a second goal in, then no
Oh, did you
reaction
say
when
it?
it goes in. Of course he did.
Did you? All right.
Fuck's sake. I knew he'd scored when he said that.
Did ya?
If we get a second
I
goal
wasn't
here,
even
that'll
listening,
definitely
no.
see it. And then Fred gets the ball and he goes, here we go. Man United 2-0.
I didn't even hear you say that.
Fuck's sake, James.
I was reading the chat.
Yeah, well, don't read the chat. He's giving it away for everyone.
Sorry,
for
I
me,
was
I've
looking
ruined it for me.
My dad's still moaning about if we could have made it a first half dominance, more comfortable with a second goal. That was the message I was looking at.
Someone in the comments said then James called it. No, he didn't.
All right,
you.
sorry.
He saw
I didn't
people-
realise.
You've ruined the illusion, Joe.
Yeah, it wasn't no
James,
illusion.
he
You ruined it for
cheated.
me.
He's cheated.
Great finish, by the way.
It wasn't intentional.
It's a beautiful finish there. Near post, underside of the bar, 2-0. Bruno twice. He needed them as well, didn't he, like you were saying?
He did.
That's why the away end at Villa Park's great. You just see how mad everyone's gone there.
yeah.
Like,
The captain. Someone said, get James off.
thanks.
James getting hate. I'll be honest, I didn't even hear what you said. I was like,
Because he went, if we get another goal
I was reading my dad's text thinking, what's he on about? And then like, but yeah, we're in here.
Good stuff. That should be game over, shouldn't it?
No.
Good.
No.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not, it's like,
Yeah.
it's not, is it? Come on.
No. If they get one,
30, like 25 minutes.
we'll still
and
lose
with
if they
us.
get one.
Yeah. Like, come on. Welcome to Villa Coutinho.
Shut up.
Hey.
George Halls with a super chat. Big goal, that, lads. Give us a wave, Joe. Cheers,
Joe.
everyone.
Oh, friends, Joe. Pathetic. I'm only joking. Thanks for your support. Have we got 2,000
James,
likes
can you
yet,
stop
or
reading the comments for fuck's
Sorry.
sake?
Alright,
Can you remember last time?
Ban your phone.
Yeah, no phones
Then we can't
anymore.
walk-
I'm only checking and see what the messages
I'm
was.
seeing to see if anyone sent me any
how many
more
likes we
abuse.
I don't know, 1,000 and something. I can't see because YouTube, their website is stupid.
You're reading the chat as well.
Yeah, but I scroll up so I don't see the most recent comments because it ruins the goals.
That's better from Fred, finally.
You're on 1,600.
Right, 1,600. Come on, let's
we
get to 2,000 likes.
1640. Come on, let's get to 2,000 by the end of the game.
Careful there.
Come on. See, they're going to play with even more freedom now, aren't they, Villa? Might as well.
I'd be tempted to take Cavani off me.
I'd take Fred off.
No, I'd be tempted.
Fred's playing as a second striker at the minute.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to keep that up either for the last 20 minutes. He's just
I
going to
wonder
get more
whether
and
it's
more out
worth
of
bringing on
position.
someone like Sancho or someone.
Yeah.
Or maybe even. I know this is going to cause a lot of angst, but maybe even Van der Beek, just get someone in midfield.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Get someone who can put a foot on the ball.
Yeah, that sounds.
Because at the minute, he's just pinging around everywhere and they're attacking us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Samsung getting fuming there for coming off.
Ooh.
Some boots the water bottles.
That's 'cause he's
Punches
from Steven
another
Gerrard,
water bottle.
look at me, school of footballing. How can I make it all about me as much as possible?
Here we go.
Do you think Ashley Young wants United to win?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Skin him!
Go
Go on,
on.
Mason.
Oh, it's
Oh,
heavy,
he's
that. Oh! Mason! He's rubbish, him.
Just enough body on it, wasn't it, for Mings? Just never got his foot in
Yeah.
right. He did well there, actually.
I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
the fact that he did well. That's why I got
could tell
annoyed.
his shit there. Because he just kept nudging him, kept nudging him,
Yeah,
kept nudging
come on,
him.
Mason. You're so much better than him.
Look at that. Love stepping in, don't we? Fucking love it.
We just make
But so much space
mediocre
down
players
there.
look like
What
the best
is-
players ever. We make, you know what I mean? Like, say against Newcastle, just people like John Joe Shelvin players like that, we make them look really good.
Yeah.
And they're not.
People in the comments calling you James Forecaster now instead of
Yeah,
Acaster
that's
because you
good, mate.
Oh, you
forecast.
actually
You forecast the goal.
conned the world.
Yeah.
James Forecaster's pretty good though. But other than that, everyone loves you.
Yeah.
Fred has more assists than Kevin De Bruyne this season.
That's the real quiz. That's what matters.
That's
To
the
be
real
fair,
stat.
I would take De Bruyne over Fred in the United team.
You would?
Would you? I think
Yeah.
that's a controversial opinion.
I don't know.
Hey? How many caps for Brazil has De Bruyne
I
got?
know.
None.
He did score a very good goal earlier.
Yeah, how many
What?
Europa League
Against
finals has De
Chelsea?
Bruyne lost?
Yeah. Exactly. Pathetic.
How many's even played in the fool?
That's what I mean. It's not.
Idiot.
There's different levels to this game.
Yeah. There actually are.
If you could have any player from our rivals, who would you have?
Probably De Bruyne.
Would you?
Yeah.
No, not for me. I think for me, if I could have anyone because of what we need, I'd probably have N'Golo Kante.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Just because we
That's-
need that type of player.
But then isn't he quite injury prone?
He's missed a couple. Yeah, he's not missed loads. Just we need a DM, don't we?
Yeah, maybe Fabinho for the same reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense because, like you said, I just feel like if we got De Bruyne, he'd probably just be sulking now because he's getting no service.
And then you got to have the
He's got
can
to
De
do it all
Bruyne
himself.
and Bruno play together argument.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you could have any player from, say, rivals. Our rivals at the minute are Wolves.
Like
that-
Wolves
but, you
and
know,
Southampton.
historically,
Like, it'd be a very lopsided
Who'd you
team that with De Bruyne in.
Yeah.
It'd just be like signing like the best attackers in the league and just having no defence.
That's what I
Ooh,
mean.
a lot of people saying Rodri. Not
Yeah.
bad
Rodri's,
shout.
that's not a bad shout.
Same logic, yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's got to be a
Maybe
DM now.
Yeah.
Fernandinho if he was like 3 years younger.
Yeah, or 10 years younger. Where's like 36?
Right, how is
yeah.
that there, foul?
They're giving that against Greenwood.
Like, they literally just ran shoulder to shoulder. Luis fell over and then he's give it a foul.
He's a bit of a no-no, isn't
Honestly,
he?
how Luis has not got a yellow card so far, I do not understand. And he's given a foul against Mason Greenwood for running alongside him.
People saying Rice, but I don't. No offense, but generally speaking, West Ham aren't a rival of Man United, are they? In terms of,
I mean, if you could have anyone,
Positionals.
then fair enough. If that's who you're going to have. But if
Yeah.
I could have anyone, I'd probably go for someone like, someone who's going to win the league this season or has just won the Champions League.
Shakhtar Donetsk seems to be like a factory for producing like Brazilian midfielders.
Is it for
Fernandinho, Fred, Fernando, who played for City.
was it Shakhtar as well?
Yeah.
See, you wouldn't associate Brazilians going to Shakhtar, would you? You just thought, it's freezing.
Yeah. And it's also, it's not one of the most desirable places.
No,
to
it's
live,
not
is
like
it?
it's,
Donetsk.
It's not as if they can't actually play in the city that they're from because there's a war going on.
What's going on? Oh, fucking.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. What's going on here? Was that Matic that ended up having a shot for
Nah,
Villa
do you know
there?
what? I think Matic has done all right here. I think if he doesn't do that,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a
not
goal.
saying it was bad. Was it him who kicked it in the end?
Yeah.
They get so lucky there.
I think if he doesn't make that, I
Yeah,
think
no,
the
he
lads,
does- he actually
it's
does
a
all
goal
right.
for them.
It's an easy save. It's not
Yeah.
much of a save either for De Gea, is it? They get lucky.
That's
Not
awful.
there, not that bit. But Fred tries to clear the ball. It just bounces straight off their player
It's got no-
into the
it's
path.
This is why you need someone like a Fabinho or a
Rodri.
Kante or a, whoever.
Yeah.
Just so panicky at
I
the
think
back.
United missed out on signing Matic a bit when he was younger as well
Yeah.
because I think we got him a few years too late.
I remember when he first came to United, Matt, I thought he's just what we need him. The first few games, I thought he's superb. He was very vocal. He's like, you can see he can read the game. And then he ran out of steam very quickly. He couldn't play like a frequency of games, and Mourinho just played him every single game. I was just like, that's the issue. Like you just said, if we'd have had him like 3 or 4 years before, who knows?
Yeah. Toba Tobias, sorry James, but it's a super chat. Says, why is James Acaster on the show today?
No.
That'll be you, that one. We've had
Why?
a couple of them.
No, you asked me to come on, so
Yeah, no, it's because we like you.
yeah.
Glenn F, who's been a member for 11 months,
Yes,
says,
Glenn.
this is exactly what I've been saying about Ronaldo and Bruno. They can't play together, and we play better with Bruno than Ronaldo. He brings others in the game. Small sample size, and we've not been that good. Watkins. Do you think that Ronaldo and Bruno can play together, Jay?
No. Sorry, I wasn't saying no to that. That's a foul. It's just poleaxed Cavani then.
advertising hoarding is really intrusive. I don't like it.
It's
at all.
fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's moving about loads. It's the same colour as grass.
It's like
It's
the
fucking
do you remember
massive.
the Vitality dog that used to run around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. You know. It's good. Jesus Christ.
The worst one is
putting him off
Molyneux that has the double hoardings on top of each other.
there. I don't even know
It's
that.
one of the only grounds in like the UK that has like 2 sets of advertising hoardings.
How do people see over it?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Who was it? Who's that kid that passed to the thing on the advertising board?
Yeah.
The Portuguese.
Oh,
the one we were
this
linked with.
played for Swansea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Sanchez? Not Sanchez. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Renato
yeah.
Sanchez.
Yeah. He's felt sorry for him, man.
Because he was so shit for them, wasn't he?
Remember, we were linked with him as well, weren't we? And everyone should get him. We need him. He's going to be the best young midfielder in Europe. And he was awful. He's sort of rekindled his career now, and he's
Yeah,
revitalised
it was
it.
at Bayern and then he's at Lille now,
he's
isn't he?
doing all right. Like, he's
Yeah.
been, like,
Yeah, but it's an odd transfer though to go from playing in the Euros for Portugal to playing for Swansea City. Like it's a bit of a weird move.
He'd had a couple of sort of dry years though, hadn't he? Sancho is coming on now, for anyone who's saying
I
that we
think,
need
is
him.
it Cavani's? I would be looking to. If he takes Greenwood off, I'll be annoyed.
Maybe Elanga. Not really been in it second half, has he?
Because Greenwood's been causing all sorts of problems.
So panicky, aren't we?
It's just awful. It's just, you know, I know we're 2 goals up, but it's not.
Doesn't feel like it.
Fred!
Yeah, just stepping in. Honestly, the amount of times I just sit there and think it's just
There we go, 2-1,
It's going
yeah.
to be a goal there. And who is it?
Ramsey.
Fucking, that's the thing.
That's
2-0.
been coming for so long.
Yeah, 2-0, but it's not fucking done, is it?
It's always like this as well. Like 15 minutes left, and it's just always edgy like this and nervous.
We're just, like we said, we're just panicking. We look terrified. Fred
Right
stepping
there.
in.
What even is that?
It's like about three
Mason
chances
just sort of
here.
not really anywhere there. Just behind 2 or 3 different players. Just keep stepping in
It's
over
about
and
3
over
or
again.
4 different chances there to get the ball, and every single one of them
He's behind his
is
man.
just.
Yeah. You know, man. Just passing it.
Free draw
Just
is
passing
hard,
it
isn't
through us.
Horrible.
Literally got a shot with. We're sat back in a deep block, and they are having shots from the 6-yard line with no one in front of them. How is that happening?
Yeah.
How is the shape that they can just pass it for a 2-yard pass to one side and they've got a free shot? It's ridiculous.
Is he not making a change now? Has he? What's he done? Or has he done it? Sancho.
Yeah, Sancho's on the, I think, on the left side, isn't he?
Who's come off?
See, he's got to win
Elanga,
that.
I
He has
think.
to win that challenge there.
Yeah. Elanga's off for Sancho. That makes sense. It's his first start in the Premier League.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I said, I would have took Cavani off, but
Yeah.
it's not the most ridiculous
Good
thing. I
pass
just
that.
didn't.
Oh,
Fucking hell, Jadon
Too
Sancho.
slow. Just dawdling on the ball. You just want to have a nice touch and then take a second. Stepping in.
do you think that's to do with the fact that in the Bundesliga he'd probably have like an extra second there to control it?
I think it's his first touch.
Yeah,
innit?
I mean, it's never nice. You're coming into a game like this where it's just
Yeah.
high tempo. You've got like
And
half
Villa
a
are flying.
split second on the ball. It's probably not ideal for him. And to be fair, I think we were going to make the change. We would have had a 2-goal cushion. But yeah, he just needs to get hold of the ball and get a couple of touches.
Villa are absolutely flying at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've been good all second half, really. We were lucky. We're not lucky. It wasn't a lucky goal, but from the run of play, the fact that up until 2 minutes ago we'd scored this off and they hadn't.
You cannot get away with this midfield, man. Like, I know it's obvious, but it's true. We just can't. We keep kidding ourselves. We have these 1 or 2 games, like the Burnley game when McTominay was mint, or the Palace game where Fred plays well. We're like, oh, we're all right. We're not.
There we go.
Good stuff. Oh, I thought it was a corner at least.
Oh, come on.
It's unlucky there. Good run by Bruno. 10 minutes to go. 11 minutes to go.
So frustrating.
I'm nervous now.
What's the point of Monster Energy Zero Sugar? Doesn't that kind of ruin the whole point of it?
It's caffeine you want.
Yeah.
And they've still got caffeine in. Just less calories, isn't it? Still get the energy boost. Do you drink energy drinks, James?
No, never have done.
You don't, do you, Jay?
No, not really. They give me the diddly squirts.
We know someone that likes to drink a lot of energy drinks, though,
What
don't we?
was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve likes a Red Bull, doesn't he? Bless him.
The people that drunk energy drinks at school were always a bit weird, I found.
A big bottle of 39p Emerge.
LSV, did you have that one?
No.
No.
We had Emerge, that was our energy drink of choice. In a sort of opaque silver bottle.
The orange one.
So what is this now? What's that?
Just 2 step-overs and then
And
just boot the
give
ball
the ball
away.
back to Aston Villa.
How can we not have a pass
so
on?
bad. Honestly, I hate moaning. I hate sort of being negative, but you can't pretend that this is a good performance because it just isn't. I know we're leading, but honestly, you
It
can't
feels
string
like
3 passes together.
feels like it should be the other way around in the sense that Villa are playing like United should be, and United are just hitting them on the counter attack like you'd expect Villa to against United.
Yeah. Second half especially. First half we made a few chances. This half we made 1 basically.
Been unfortunate that
Greenwood
obviously
had that
Bruno
one.
with a great finish, and the keepers give us one, but it's just been poor.
See there, Fred's fucking tackle gives them the ball.
You know, there we have it.
Score, that's it. It's been coming.
There you go, Coutinho on his
And
debut.
it had to be,
2-2.
didn't it? It had to be.
Just awful. Absolutely awful.
Could be 3 this as well.
Yeah,
We'll
easy.
lose this now.
Easy. Awful. Sorry, like we just said, been coming on it. They've had all the ball. They've been the better team. We can't pass the ball. We can't keep the ball. Nothing's ever on. We just dive in all the time. Everyone's out of fucking position. The midfield can't pass to each other or the attackers. How do we expect to not lose games? See what even happens here. See, Fred steps in, gets half the ball.
Why has he got that much space?
Why would
as
you?
well?
Yeah, why would you
Completely
track
on
the
his
man?
own, completely
Why would you
on his
track the
own.
man? You have to be stupid to track their fucking strikers inside the box, wouldn't you? Matic nowhere near the cross. Nowhere near his man there either, Matic, is he? That ball gets played inside, and Matic is 3 feet away from blocking that cross. Inside the 18-yard box. You've got to be closer than that. We just look like we're jogging all the time. Everything's done at half speed. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Just you're watching the
Yeah,
game and
it's
it's just
just-
that. Why is every team we play faster than us?
So
Trying
weak,
harder than us?
So weak.
Just keeps happening, game in, game out. Ridiculous.
On paper, United have got such a better team than Villa as well.
We've got a better team than
It
everyone.
shouldn't be happening this.
But it happens against
know.
Norwich and Newcastle and Wolves and
Thing is,
everyone.
like, I agree. It's that whole thing though. The midfield again. Like that. The weak bit in our team for me is just the midfield. Just big hole there all the time, and
Yeah.
you know, people say, "Oh, like we point out, Fred keeps pushing up. Why is no one talking to him? Why has no one said anything to him? Why are we not making any changes?"
Again, there, like it's just so
Like,
sloppy.
It is.
We're just frantic and scared every
Yeah.
time that Villa have the ball, and then we get it back. They press us a little bit. We're just booting it.
No one's putting the foot on the ball and just
No.
like
When's the last
finding-
time Villa just booted the ball up as hard as they could?
Again, see how many passes United can actually string together when they win the ball back. It's just
Give away a free kick. that.
kick.
You can't decide what's hurt there. Is it your shoulder? Is it your knee? What is it?
Not really a foul that.
Nothing even happens. I mean, Fred steps in and trips him.
Yeah, but
I don't know why he's going on like he's broke his shoulder.
Being an idiot.
Just pouring it. That's like it's just spineless, weak stuff to watch every single game. You don't trust him to hold on to anything or to be able to control anything. I honestly think if we played Gillingham or Leyton Orient or Ipswich, we wouldn't control the game.
No, I agree.
They'd find ways to pass through our midfield, no matter who we're playing against. We drop down to the standard of the team we're
I
playing.
don't think the Middlesbrough game's going to be
No.
like a give you.
No.
Right, here we go. Right.
We might get a goal or two and they won't have the quality to break us down. But in terms of the battle of energy and effort in the midfield,
on.
they'll be just as good as we are. That's a shit pass. So many bad passes in this game. So many bad passes.
But it was the same in the Wolves game at home as well. It was the exact same.
The same in every game. It's a bit better at least. Pressing.
But I mean, it's the same. It's the
The
exact.
idea is as well when you tune up and you're going to bring on Sancho. Is like that's a comfortable way to bring him into the game.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to go back before he's actually got on the pitch. Then you've got to go straight away.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at him going, okay, we need you to help us get a goal.
Yeah.
And it's not great
The
for
same
him.
pattern just keeps on repeating itself in matches as well. It's like the game drags on, and then the other team tends to score with about 20 minutes left.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Bruno.
Come on, then get that. What are you
What?
leaving
How
that
could-
for?
oh my-
Like Lindelof and Dalot are so close to each other that he can't control the ball without it going past both of them. Come on then.
Why are you not chasing that?
It's just painful in it to watch, man. I'm sick of watching United and just being annoyed.
Just
Like, just no control,
Look at that!
no composure.
How are you passing it? Like 30 yards across the ground, straight through our midfield. You just straight through the midfield. It doesn't exist.
Oh,
so
typical. Typical. That is just so
There's just
difficult.
no
this.
midfield. Look, just walk past him.
again, Fred out of position.
Matic has got 4 men round him.
So easy.
It
Honestly.
is so easy, and it's just. Just need
Absolutely
someone to get
battered us this
hold of
half,
the ball.
Villa have.
They have. This has been-
Absolutely battered us.
That's atrocious against Villa twice, really. Atrocious against Newcastle. Wolves, atrocious. Norwich,
hell.
atrocious.
Look at that. Just passing the ball around where our midfield is supposed to be there. Edge of the 18-yard box, they've got 3 men there, and we've got 1.
Again, Delos's just totally out of position as well.
Look at this, he passed the ball inside there. Look where Fred is. Jogging back. There's 3 of them passing it between them. It's lucky that Coutinho gets tackled by his own player there because Fred's not there. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. How have they got the ball on the 18-yard line? 3 men, no one near him.
It's just horrible, isn't it? Horrible.
Seen the goal there. There's no one tracking the man. No one been able to cut it out. Matic nowhere near his man there. Like Matic is just covering in principle there, isn't he? As Martinez jumps in the crowd like a knobhead.
No, it's 2-2.
I mean, you'd be winning if you didn't drop the ball into your own net.
Wow.
But just all like 3 or 4 things in a row. Like Dallow's position is not good enough. Matic isn't really covering his man. Like if you're not closer to him there, you're not covering him. Van der Beek and Lingard coming on now for United.
But this is the issue as well. Like neither of these 2 players are going to win United the game.
Well, they might do.
No, I just don't see it personally. I don't,
We need to stop them winning first and foremost because that seems much more likely to me. Bruno and Mason coming off for for Van der Beek and Lingard.
I mean, we'll see. It's not a change I would have made.
I wouldn't have taken
What would you
Greenwood
have
off.
I wouldn't say Greenwood. I'm sick of seeing Greenwood coming off. I think Cavani's been like more anonymous than Greenwood has.
Yeah.
Greenwood's had a couple of chances. He's been running at him. He's an outlet as well. But you know, I mean,
Just Van der Beek just doesn't seem to do anything when he comes on as well. Like
Got a few super chats. Arvid says United players look tired in the second half every single game. Are we working too hard in training? They looked tired before Ralph came in.
like this isn't a.
they just seem unfit.
Yeah. Matthew Andrews said, I know people are saying no subs, but look at the bench. Bar Mata, there's not much there to keep us, for us to keep the ball better. No excuses still, though. That's the problem, like you said. The midfield, the quality of midfield just isn't good enough on the bench or off it. Lee Binion, actually hate this team. Quickly falling out of love with this club. Quite the reaction.
Could get worse.
Joey Lopez says, Donny's 2-minute scheduled appearance. What a bottle job. Go on then. I'll just run it back. It's just whether Villa can get another goal now, isn't it? That's the question.
Time, really,
can Villa score or not?
4 minutes.
Because United aren't going to. Absolutely dominated this second half. Villa have.
It's like a League One team clinging on for a replay in the FA Cup.
Yeah. And the thing is, we don't even seem to be good at this. We're not even good at sitting back.
No.
Like,
at least Van der Beek's actually trying to press him there.
That was
giving a foul away.
I thought that was harsh.
God. The amount of times he's nearly died tonight. Buendia,
Honestly.
fucking hell, man. No one's ever touched him
He's
before.
on his way down there anyway. It's like he's like acting like he elbowed him in the head.
And this run of games as well for Ragnick was supposed to be so-called easy teams.
This is your Ollie taking over from Mourinho running it, where you give him an easy run. And it's like you could actually win like all 7 of these, and you know we've won what 4 out of 7.
But even like Norwich and Newcastle and teams like that, it would basically were going to go down. It's like 1-0, 1-1. It's just shit.
Buendia's just absolutely milking it here, isn't he?
Like Newcastle was so bad against Cambridge, and we made them look like so much
Make
better
everyone
than
look good.
they
That's
are.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We dropped to the level of everyone we play against, especially the midfield. Our midfield is absolutely clueless.
What's going on?
They're playing an advert.
Why are they playing advert? They played the adverts by mistake.
I don't know what's happened there. Sky playing adverts during the game like it's fucking
They've
American football.
They've ended the.
Was this happening for everyone else, or is this just us?
Yeah, they've just gone to an ad break with 2 minutes left.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No.
They're back now.
That's a different. He gone to a different channel on there. The main event just played an advert.
Like they did that by accident, wasn't it?
Maybe they've got something else that's starting at this time because it's on main event.
They don't usually play 9/10 of a game. Give it to Mike. He says not impressed with Rangnick at all. How much of this do you put on Rangnick? These performances. We'll talk about this more in the review, but just
Got to take some responsibility. I know. I understand all the things that people are saying. You know, he's not been here a long time. The players, don't look fit enough. You can't blame the manager for some of the basic mistakes we're making. But I expect Manchester United to be playing better than we have been playing. I think you can come in as a new manager and have these performances and think, you don't take any responsibility whatsoever. I'm not saying I'm Rangnick out or anything ridiculous like that. Obviously I'm not. I'm just saying he has to sort this out as well. But he has to look at himself. He can't just keep going, oh, well, it's not my fault. I'm not saying he's saying that, but look at these performances. Norwich aren't a good team. Newcastle aren't a good team. Wolves are okay. Villa are okay. But we make them look like world beaters. Yeah. We just don't turn up. There's only that 40 minutes against Crystal Palace where we've looked good, and maybe an hour against Burnley.
Yeah, maybe 15 minutes today.
Even against Burnley, the second half just dropped off.
Yeah.
3-0 up. And it's like, well, you can win that 4 or 5 if you.
See, that's a shocking.
See, that's
pass.
Cavani there.
That sums up exactly what
Why
we
is
do
he on the,
over and over and
why
over
we
again.
left him on and took Greenwood off. I don't.
That's a 5-10 yard pass, and he's overhit it.
Again, Van der Beek's lost the ball, yeah.
Van der Beek.
I know I sound like a broken
end.
record, but I don't understand taking Greenwood off at all.
Well done. Find that pass then. Well done. Jay Frasconi says he'll be the first United player to apologise on social media. I don't know.
See, what is that? What's that?
It's just crap.
How have we made a complete 180 from that first half performance? I'll never understand. That's Anish Joshi. Tommy McCartney says, I've never seen a team with so much money and talent put into it struggle so hard to play well. Chelsea swap managers a lot and they can still play well. Yeah, it's just we're just outworked by everyone we play against. It's just ridiculous. Like, look at
just
when they get the ball, they sprint forward with the ball.
Europa League football again next season.
Yeah,
Let's have it right.
Yeah,
It just is.
Yeah, there's about 3-4 teams that are more likely to get that last spot than us. West Ham, Arsenal, Tottenham, all much more likely to get it than us at the minute.
It's the sad thing is as well. It looked like under Solskjaer it was actually improving as well. That's the thing.
It was improving.
When United were top in January, it felt like we were actually going somewhere, and it's just reversed.
Yeah. Who is that even supposed to be for? Come on then. Pull it back for Donny.
Go on.
What's inside? Go on then, Donny. Oh. Corner ball.
Okay, come on.
First time to get a corner, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Score from a
Tell
corner.
you what, I'd be Donny van der Beek FC if he'd have scored then.
I know, I thought it was good
I'd have
as
been
well.
the biggest card-carrying member of Free Donny you've ever seen in your life. Don't even bother with that.
Don't
Just
play
get
it
it
short.
whipped
Fucking
in.
hell. Don't do that. It's even saying.
Come on,
Well,
corner
now
ball.
would be the time to score after 102 corners, whatever it is.
Nope, not even on a single United player.
We just never find it. We never find a head, do we?
That's such a shit pass as well.
And that's full
that.
time. Manchester United 2, Aston
2-0
Villa 2.
lead, thrown away.
Blown a 2-0 lead. As we've all seen there, just terrible, really, wasn't it? Second half, completely dominated and battered by Aston Villa there.
I'm almost relieved we didn't lose.
Yeah.
That's it. That's, you know,
So I said you-
2-0 lead, and you could have lost that.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
When they brought Van der Beek and Lingard on, and you said, I don't think that's going to win us the game, James. I don't think he was trying to. I think, like you said, he was trying to stop Aston Villa winning, because by that point, they were the ones much more likely to win it than us. Awful. We're back with the review very shortly. Hopefully we'll be able to get that pinned in the comments if it's not already. But yeah, make sure you join us over there. Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 2. More of the same. We'll see you in a bit.